Hello and welcome to the infamous Lodge Mahal. We are live with some 510 pot limit Omaha. Your host for the evening will be myself, Doug Polk, and of course, Brad Owen. Brad, welcome to the stream tonight.
Great to be here. I'm pumped up after seeing that intro, Doug.
It was a pretty pumped up intro. The music gets me jacked. It makes me want to be out there on the felt, Brad. I'm not going to lie. I felt like I need to be trying to stack somebody, and we are getting right into the action here today. Today we are going to have Andrew Neeme's PLO party, 5-5-10. You can see the stacks here in front of you. Swim is in for 10K, and then it seems the average stack is more in the 3K vicinity. My understanding is there was a slight kerfuffle on the way in, and players actually wanted to be able to buy in deeple and gamble for more money. Brad, does that surprise you?
Based on what I've seen here at the Lodge, not at all.
Same.
The three of us were in the Monday stream. We were playing, I think the game was listed at 5-10-25. We had the straddle up to 400. That was mostly post-stream, actually. But even on stream, we were getting it up to 100, and I believe probably 200 on stream.
I put a little 400 out there myself, so it was certainly happening. DQ was mixing it up, and he was playing some hands that they were notable. They were fun. If you guys not seen that stream, make sure to tune in on the Lodge channel here on YouTube. And by the way, if you have not yet subscribed, make sure to hit that subscribe button. Join the Lodge team. We've got a ton of content coming up for you guys every day this week. We got a new stream coming your way. This is going to be PLO today, but we will have some high-stakes action. Do you guys like high stakes?
I do.
I do too, Brad. It's great to have high stakes at the Lodge. And we will have two of these coming up tomorrow, 25-50. Brad's going to be – are you playing, Brad, actually?
I am, yeah.
You were on the fence. What happened? What swung you?
Well, when you get stuck a lot early on in the week, you want to get some of it back. So
Simple stuff, really. Okay, so we're going to have a little 25-50. Brad's going to play that. I'm going to be back in the booth, back in the bunker with some more commentary for you in a game that I'm much more familiar with than we have tonight. And then Saturday, we're going to have a little high-stakes action, 100-200. Brad and I are going to be playing in that one. And then Sunday, we're going to finish things off with the final table of the monthly monster. Should be a very large prize up top. I'm thinking probably something around 125, 150K. We got to see how it shakes out and the prize pool breakdown, but it should be a good tournament, and that might go into the wee hours of the morning.
do you know how many entries we got in the first flight today, by chance?
I saw it was around 210 earlier, but then I was playing in the PLO party. Okay, let's get into the action, guys. We have a little action from Fireman Scott with the single-suited kings. Going to raise to 60. I believe we have a straddle on the 20 this hand. Andrew does get out of the way. Cobbler Dog. I love these names. Cobbler Dog. Get in there with the 8-8-7-5 single suit. Forgive. I want to actually apologize to the stream early. Best to get these things out of the way. But Brad and I have no knowledge about PLO. But I'll tell you what, top set looks pretty good. Top set for Cobbler Dog right out of the gate. Pretty good spot for him. But will he get any action? Hopefully we get a little audio as well on the table at some point. I don't see the little mics, though, so maybe we won't be. Time will tell. Okay. Cobbler Dog raises Fireman Scott, 425 to go. Could be blood early. Jordan with ace, queen, jack, 9. Does have a gut shot to the nuts. Not enough to continue. Lets it go. And Fireman Scott is going to call here with just kings. So he's got the backdoor flush draw, maybe a little bit of connectivity. Okay.
I have an audio problem trying to work on it.
And we will have audio as soon as we have audio. I'm telling that to you straight. All right, Brad, what do you think here on the turn?
You know what? To be honest, I've been trying to get us set up on the social media.
Oh, okay. All right, I'll take. You know what? You do your thing, and you guys can just tune into the sweet sound of my voice alone for this one. We have a 6 on the turn. Skittles, as we say here on the Lodge stream. Top set. Taking it down, kings just having to check fold. And that's the problem when you just have the overpair in pot limit Omaha. A lot of bad turns for you. You don't know where you're at, and it can really only get worse. Got to be willing to make some bold plays if you're going to call with just the bear overpair. You want a little backup. You want the cavalry to come in. Some fellow firefighters in that hand. And we have another hand being dealt out here. I want to give a shout out to the chat. Thank you guys for tuning in. A couple brief shout outs. One in the chat if you're excited versus Pot Limit Omaha. 2 if you're not. I believe that's how it's done. We'll see if we get some ones going. Sharon Barth, as always, minding the chat. Thank you very much. Lucas Richley, this commentary is shaking my head. I'm sorry, Lucas. Might not be your standard commentary, but we're doing our best in the stream, especially with no audio from the table and no Brad on social media. It's just me and you, and that's a flop. King 10-3, top pair for Jeff. Nothing for Jordan, and a gutter ball to the nuts for Eli. Jeff wins a small one. Not enough action from the other players there. Really not much they could work with. Needed a little something. I was surprised. I thought maybe the gut shot to the nuts might consider a turn, but there was a flush draw out there. Just 3 clean outs. Not too bad of a just to get out of the way right there. We got some 1s in the chat. We got some 2s in the chat. Rob Saywell. Doug's the man. I love to see honesty in the chat, Rob. Do appreciate that. Do appreciate that.
So Andrew's been playing since 1 o'clock today. We did a PLO meetup game, and Andrew was crushing it. I think we had the straddle up to 160, 80 or 160 in a couple of his hands, and he was up about 5K before the stream started.
Brad, how does it make you feel knowing that the only one of us 3 that can win Money at the Lodge is Andrew? How does that make you feel?
I mean, I'm glad that one of us is winning, because if all 3 of us were losing, it'd be pretty embarrassing. But I did win today. I actually showed up at midnight. I won $540 between midnight and 5:30 a.m., so we're going all hours. And then I jumped in the PLO meetup game myself for about an hour and a half and won another 1,000 in the PLO.
Okay, cool. Very cool. Yeah,
but I think I'm still stuck about 13K overall.
Yeah, I have your tab written down somewhere. We won't worry about that for now, though. Okay, we got a few hands here, guys. Ace, King 3, double suited. Fireman Scott's going to bump it up, 250 to go. Andrew's looking down at the Ace, Queen, Queen, 8. So he does have a nut suit here. Pair queens, 8, a little bit connected, almost a dangler.
And we got Eli with the jiggities and 8-7.
And
there's no right way to play jiggities, so it doesn't matter what I do.
Wow, we have some great soundboard action here. You'll like this, Brad. Someone in my mix game last night had a McJiggity's McDonald's T-shirt. I'm raising it on.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
You don't see those out in the wild too much, you know?
You really don't, and the person to my right wasn't fully convinced that it was from you.
Oh, yeah, it's from me.
And I said, well, then what else would it be?
Yeah, you can get that on silverscreendesign.com/Brad Owen or something.
Nice. Okay. Yeah, you got to work in the plugs.
Yeah, so Fireman Scott here has top pair Andrew with just his queens, and he's got the backdoor nut flush draw.
Brutal flop here for Andrew. Ace, King, Queen, 3 moves into a solid lead. And Andrew really has nothing to do here other than maybe hitting this backdoor flush draw or binking that last queen. Fireman Scott doesn't realize this, but he couldn't have a better hand to be up to have against Andrew. Blocking that queen out means just 1 card left in the deck for Andrew to improve to.
Doug, what is your PLO experience? Have you spent much time playing or studying or both?
I've played a decent amount. I played some mid to high to nosebleed PLO to some really nosebleed PLO to, some 700K pots in PLO. But no, I've not studied and I'm not very good.
Okay.
Yeah.
Andrew does not want to fold this. He knows how Texas poker is.
Ooh, he's about to get the bad news, Brad.
Yeah, Andrew's not going to be – he's not in good shape here. You can see he has 13% equity. And he's going to need some help. So we're rooting for at least a club on this turn. Maybe the jack of clubs.
Are you rooting for that? Are you
Yeah.
Are you rooting against the members of our own club, Brad?
Andrew's a member.
Oh, that's right, I guess. Yeah, that's fair. So you should be neutral then. And this turn could be a club or not a club.
But if it's a club,
this is not a club. And that'll do it. Fireman Scott stacking Andrew right out of the gate. Got the reload in hand. That was quick from Andrew. Quick on the trigger.
oh, they ran it twice.
Oh, ran twice.
But didn't make a difference. Fireman Scott wins the all-in, scoops the pot, and it's a 4K pot there. So
a lot of tough spots in PLO like that. Andrew had the right read pre-flop. He knew he was ahead. He got a large part of his stack in against a hand that was behind, and then the wrong flop comes out, and you have a really tough decision to make. I can't say what I think he should have done there. It's definitely possible that the other player has a flush draw, in which case you're doing great with the queens, but when they have the king, you're in a tough spot.
Looks like we got to get Andrew on the graphic here as well.
Yeah, this looks like a bunch of money appeared. Come on out of the lodge. 2K in the pot. Everyone's winning.
So what were your thoughts on the Monday game? If you're just joining us and you didn't see the Monday game, we were playing huge. And Doug was a big winner for a long time. He was running really, really well. Still ended up booking a win on the night, but it was a little bit up and down. You had quad tens. You had quite a few exciting hands. You had top 2 pair against my straight flush draw for a 20K pot that you won. So it's a lot of action on that one.
It was great stacking you, Brad. Thank you for bringing up that hand. The chips were well received.
Good.
Had a lot of good hands. I had the set over set I laid down.
Yeah, that was nuts. Yeah.
Yeah, that was a tough one. It was a pretty horrible feeling to flop a set. You know that excitement in the pit of your stomach when you flop a set? It's not the pit, it's your chest. The tingly feeling of, oh my God, I have a set. This is going to be huge. And then when you realize that despite a relatively brick board, you're going to have to lay it down, well, your soul dies a little bit, Brad.
Yeah, that was one of the best laydowns I've ever seen in person. Did he turn the set too? Was the 8 on the turn?
Yeah. Turn the set. I'm just glad that E set over set to me and not DQ, because if DQ set over set to me, I would have lost everything on the table, and then I would have gone to my box and taken out some money and come back and then bet that, and then I would have to maybe put my car up for sale. So, I guess it's fortunate that the guy wearing the upswingpoker.com patch set over set to me and not DQ.
Yeah, and you made the great laydown, so
thank you.
It's one of those spots, and there's a lot of them when you're playing on stream, where you're either going to look like an idiot or a complete genius. And you're very familiar with those spots. Obviously, the laydown with Helmuth when you're folding the second nuts, and then this spot where I think you folded, I don't know, fourth nuts or something.
I'm now known as the big fold guy, which life comes at you fast, Brad.
We've got Cobbler Dog flopping middle set here.
Cobbler Dog's already had a couple of sets right out of the gate. He's going to bet it here on the flop.
Not too much from the other opponents. Jeff has pocket jiggity, so he's got an overpair, and Swim has a gutter and top pair.
And we have a quick poll in the chat. I'm going to set the line on the number of jiggity set on stream today. I'm going to set the line at 33. 1 in the chat if we're going over. 2 if we're going to be under. I'm just kidding. You can only put 1 in for this one because we're already at a jiggity count of, is it 2 or 3 or 4? Where are we at?
I think 3 seems about right.
3, solid. Okay. All right. Anyway, the rest of the players at the table, Swim does have top pair and a gutter. He's gonna actually go with a raise on the flop. 1.2K to go. Cobbler Dog couldn't get into the pot faster, and Swim does make the call. We have an all-in set and a gut shot up against top pair and a gutter. Not where you want to be. The 3 even blocked a little bit here. However, 9-8 still has 31%, Brad. Do you understand
Got some
that?
backdoor draws.
I believe
Oh,
it.
wow.
Oh, wow.
And he
That's
just
a 3.
drills it.
That's a 3. Okay, I believe the numbers. I believe the math. I believe the math now. Oh, that's an 8. If that had been as well, it would have been something. Okay, chop it up. Set does hold on the second run. I'm surprised to see the equities being that close together, but it is pot limit Omaha, where anything can happen.
So how many hands have we played? And there's already been 2 all-ins and 2 calls.
We've not played very many, and here we
4
have our
or 5?
leaderboard. Yeah, Cobbler Dog, couple of sets, up 600. Fireman Scott, big winner so far, up 1.6K. And then everyone else is just about even except for Lodge member Andrew Neeme.
Yeah. Like I said earlier, Andrew's up 5K, or he was before the stream started.
Oh, I'm sorry. It was a double gutter. I didn't see the 8-5.
Yeah.
Right.
These are the things that are tough to pick up right in the moment, you know?
This is going to be just it's going to be a master class on pot limit Omaha. How it works, all of the names, equities, I hope you guys are in for a treat tonight because you're about to learn how the game isn't played.
We do have 1.3K in the chat. If you guys have any questions, feel free to let us know in there, and we'll be happy to answer them, whether they're about poker or us joining the lodge, all that stuff.
Happy to answer. And by the way, it's been great to meet everyone coming out here to this event. I've taken a lot of pictures with people. I want to meet everyone that out here that wants to meet me. So welcome to come over, ask for a pic. I've signed a various number of things like chips or cards or whatever it is. I signed somebody's phone once.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, I
haven't seen that before.
You know what? Happy to do it.
Okay, we got a raise from Jordan. He's got 7665, and just a call from Fireman Scott with Ace King Queen 8, 2 diamonds. Andrew Neeme in the mix, Ace King 4 deuce. A lot of aces.
Yeah, pretty relatively good hands across the board. I think for Andrew with 3 spades, not good to block one of your outs. Hurts you having that 3rd spade.
No one connects with this board too hard, although Cobbler Dog has 44% equity with a straight now, I believe.
Yes, he does have the nut straight, but there is a flush, and the board is paired. Not stopping him, though. $100 to go. Everyone else has a bunch of, I'm going to take a word from Norman Chad, squadoosh.
Fitting. Yep.
But Jordan's going to call with the bottom end of the straight and a pair. It's going to be a tough spot for Jordan. 6% equity doesn't come through. Cobbler does check. Jordan checks it back. It's okay.
Jimmy B says, Brad, I sent you a Run Good coin via Mixin. Has he given it to you yet? Yeah, Mixin was on my left during the Monday stream, and then he was actually on my left today during the PLO when I played, and he gave me a silver Bellagio coin, so I appreciate that. I was just showing it off a couple minutes ago before the stream started, so thanks a lot.
Also, quick shout out Douglas Martin with the $20 super chat saying, thank you for the PLO live streams. Not enough of them. And there really aren't. PLO live streams are a bit of a rarity. Potlam Omaha, otherwise known as the Great Game, is a well-liked game. Bit of a smaller community than the No Limit Hold'em Streets, but a great game. And I definitely enjoy watching a little bit of Potlam Omaha action, which is what we're going to have tonight in store for you.
Dan Carcione says, Brad, they've said you plan on being at the lodge on a monthly basis. When in May do you plan to be there? I plan on coming for my 40th birthday. Yeah, that's accurate. So we're going to try and be here, 3 to 7 days each month. I think that's a good goal to have. And then we do have some special plans for May. Those aren't quite announced yet, but stay tuned over the coming weeks.
We do have some announcements to make here about late February, early March with our Spring Mayhem series. Twice a year, the Lodge runs a series. Would you call that biannual, or is that every 2 years? But we'll call it a biannual series for now. The Mayhem series will have a series of events. I believe it kicks off with the Monthly Monster, and we're going to have a bunch of different events. We ran the fall version last year. $1.6 million prize pool in the main event was a wild one. And I imagine it's going to be even bigger this time around because we have YouTube end boss Brad Owen promoting it on his channel. I think it's going to help us out, Brad.
I think so. That's what I'm here for.
In it for the views.
Yeah, so it looks like Swim, this is a match to stack, I believe. Is that right? Because Swim has 10K in front of him now.
I'm not even sure that this is capped. One guy had 10K before the stream started.
Wow, and he just flops the nuts here.
It's a good flop. 10-7-6-4, not on 9-8-6, 82% equity up against just the pair backdoor flush draw. Going to lay it down with the 8-5.
Doug, are you having any trouble comprehending how these equities work out when someone has the nuts and then is up against one pair but is only 82% favorite?
I think it's possible they know the dead cards, and that's
Okay.
going into it. But to answer your question, yes, I am having trouble with that. We have a $5 super chat from Anthony Duckworth. Let's go, Fireman Scott. We got a Fireman Scott fan in the building, sending from Georgia. Tell Fireman Scott not to forget my Lodge hoodie. Love you, gents. I'll do my best here for you, Anthony Duckworth, and make sure he gets you a hoodie. You need a hoodie. You got to have a hoodie. The warmth, the style, perfect blend. We'll let him know shortly here at the table. Looks like we got some straddles on here. I can see the 40 out there. Stakes are going up. Fireman Scott letting go of the ace 9-5-3, 3 to a suit. Some garbage for Andrew, gets out of the way. Josh the Whale, ace king, queen 9, Skittles. I believe that's how they say it here, Brad.
That's a term I'm becoming familiar with. Is there a soundbite for that?
I don't know.
We need to get one.
Okay, we're taking a flop. Ace, queen 4.
So Eli's got a flush draw. Swim also has a flush draw. And Jordan has the Broadway draw and bottom pair.
Josh has top 2, though. Gonna take the betting lead. $260 to go. Low flush shot gets out of the way, and nicely done there. I think some players might try and hit that flush, but not drawing clean against higher flush draws. Swimp does make the call with Jack 7-6 deuce, a premium hand here in PLO pre-flop with just the dangling action and shit suits and whatever. But let's see if we can get the job done. King on the turn, a very interesting card. Josh now improves a top 3 pair. However, Jack 10 makes the nuts, so not an awesome card for Josh, but a relatively good one. Still likely to be ahead unless his opponent has Jack 10. Josh not going to be deterred. Does bet 450.
Tough to imagine Swim sticks around with this one. Actually, you know what? I take that back. He did have the flush draw, but
I think at this point it's a pretty tough spot for Swim. You have no showdown value. So realistically, you're going to have to either improve or bluff to take this one down. And maybe you could consider a bluff raise, but I think you'd really want to have something like Jack 6 deuce, where you really have a lot of removal towards the Jack 10 and the flush draw if you were going to make a move like that. Realistically, you can probably just let that one go. But I'm also going to just imagine that hand pre-flop is probably a fold.
I think so. What did he call 260 pre-flop? Is that what it was?
I think so.
Somewhere in that range?
I think so.
We've got a super chat. PLO question. What's the difference between a wrap and a burrito? From LT Lieutenant S. Is that what that is?
Lieutenant S. I don't know. Do you know?
I don't know.
You can't leave broke with a burrito? I really don't know. Great question, though. I'm interested to see what the answer will end up being.
Hey, Doug and Brad, where can I find y'all's hoodies from Ace 8889?
Well, we have them here at the lodge. We are currently in the process of redesigning some things and considering. We have some things in motion. We can't say everything at the moment, but hopefully we will have a way for you to get lodge gear much more easily in the future. But we can't say anything for the moment, guys. You're always welcome to head down to the lodge. We do have a room chock full of merchandise and apparel for you guys to stay comfy and stylish with lodge apparel.
So Jeff's got a hand he wants to play. King, Jack, 10-5 with 2 spades.
It's a reasonable enough hand. We got double suit action. We do have the dangler, which is when you have one card that is far away from the rest.
Okay.
Oh, premium here for Jordan. Ace, ace, king, jack with a suit to the ace. Puts out the 3-bet to $520 to go. And Jeff makes the call. He's in bad shape here. He doesn't realize quite how bad of shape he's in. Spades, blocked. King, jack, opponent has it. A little bit of an action board. Nothing too crazy for either player, but they both do flop top pair. Ace is, of course, still in the lead. And I think that's a pot-sized wager. Jeff's now going to have to decide how he wants to proceed from here. Is he going to make a call? Is he going to pot it?
If if Jeff calls here, it doesn't look like he's got that much behind. He'll have 1,200 behind.
I think his plan here is to call and then get it in on turns that aren't really bad. So let's say that this turn is a high diamond.
There's a lot of red cards out there for both players' liking, I imagine.
Yeah, I think he's calling here. He's planning on getting it in on turns that aren't, let's just say, a high or any kind of diamond. But on a brick 4, I just can't imagine he's going to be able to let it go for 1.6k more into 4.8.
Yeah, and Jordan just keeps his foot on the pedal here, rips it in, and Jeff's going to have to make a tough decision because the pot is...
He does call 1.3k
wow.
behind. All right, and it was just about the right call. Honestly, if you look at the equity, it didn't need that much to call. It's just 1.3 left there at the end. They are now all in. King, Jack, 10-5 will win on a 10 or a 5. And otherwise...
I think that's it.
King, they chop as well because they play King and Jack.
Mm-hmm.
So Jack's a chop. Sorry, King's a chop. Not either one. Aces win. And that was some really phenomenal commentary on the way that PLO works. I'm excited to be in the booth today. We had some super chats. The Hasu Probe, Brad Doug are the best. Long live the Lodge from Philly. Thank you, the Hasu Probe. Appreciate that $5 super chat. Will Perry, I did a $2 before this. I have watched y'all both on YouTube. Thank you for giving me more knowledge. Well, Will, we do appreciate the $7 super chats here. Thank you for tuning in. And we both like to give you guys information in our own way on YouTube.
Mm-hmm. Jim Fry put in the $20 super chat. Brad, with all the sound booth abuse of no good / right ways to play jiggities, would you like those cards now removed from the deck?
Interesting.
You know what? It's funny because when you put out a video on YouTube and you just try to do some silly jokes, you never really know what's going to catch on. And so now this hand has caught on and will be somehow attached to me forever, similar to Favorable with Andrew. And What's Up, guys, with Doug Polk. But, yeah, it's interesting to have a kind of a hand that's just associated with you forever.
I think it was Andrew. I forget if it was actually, but I think it was Andrew. Where he said it was kind of messed up that I took "What's up, guys" as my slogan because it's just a reasonable way to greet people, and now you can't say "What's up, guys" in poker because it's,
Yeah, you ruined it.
Favorable is a nice word too. It'd be nice to use that.
Favorable is not a saying that people say that often, which I think is why it was so attached to Andrew because he said it pretty frequently. But I mean, I've heard you say it kind of casually. And kind of tiptoe around saying it, or you're looking for another word, and then you're just like, nah, fuck it. Well, favorable is the most appropriate one.
Favorable is oftentimes a good word.
Yeah.
The thing is, when Andrew says favorable, I feel like it's really favorable.
Mm-hmm.
We see the room here live and well at the Lodge. I don't know how many people we got, how many tables we got going, but I would imagine we have something like 15-ish cash games running. Could be wrong about that, but it sounds about right. And then, of course, we also have our tournament going. These are the cash games in the room towards the front. You can see a bunch of 1, 2, 2, 5, 5, 10 PLO 1, 2, 5 PLO all running. And then towards the back of the room, we have the live stream and then the tournament, of course, as well.
E. McKenzie in the chat, $4.99 donation, Texas forever, he says. Oh, there we go. We just picked up the audio, so that's nice to have. So I believe we'll be having that going forward for the rest of the night. And you guys will be able to hear what the players are saying to each other.
Very nice. We do apologize for the brief technical delay. We got you through it, but now we do have some audio.
So one thing that I do want to say about you with the meetup games is how natural of a fit you are with the meetup game events. So I saw you doing the stand-up until you win a hand. You're not allowed to sit down unless you win a hand.
Correct. We played a game of stand-up, but what I realized was they were trying to make it so that I had to stay at the table because when you're in a game of Texas stand-up, you can't leave until everyone sits down. And then two or three guys were struggling out there to win a pot, and I wasn't able to move on to my next table. I had to make sure to sit and play the rest of my Texas stand-up game. It would be poor form to leave.
What's the penalty if you're the last one
It's usually around either 5 or 10 big blinds, I think, depending on the game. I think I've seen both, but it's a hefty price because you have to pay it out to every player if you're the last guy standing. Shout out to E. McKenzie, $5 super chat. Texas forever. Thank you for tuning in today, E. Can't set over sent me in the booth, so it's do appreciate you tuning in. And Texas forever. Very true. Very, very true. $5 super chat from Mark Hagan. I have a sponsor for tourneys that get streamed. I saw the main table of 500K. It was streamed yesterday. Do you know if it will be streamed monthly? It's a good question. I imagine that we will highlight our big tournaments here at the Lodge, especially our final tables. But set streaming schedules are not yet set. We're still playing with some formulas, looking at some different ways of doing it. And, of course, we're going to be gauging interest in different types of streams as well. I do think, in general, people prefer a little cash action on the stream, but we definitely want to make sure to highlight the big tournaments we have going at the Lodge.
And we are, all three of us, Doug, Andrew, and myself, we're going to be in the booth commentating for the Sunday final table for that 500K guarantee. So it'll be interesting to see what the top prize is. We've kind of speculated. I think it'll be, what did you say, 130? 150 range?
I think that that's likely. However, obviously we do not know how many entries we're going to end up having. I imagine Joe, we should really ask Joe because Joe would know. But let's just say it's probably going to be around 100 to 125. Be a little more on the conservative side. I think seems like the most likely case. Back to the action.
Josh the Whale, pocket queens, and he raises to 80.
Pocket queens. Smoking like a real no-limit player.
What do you do?
Double-suited queens.
I didn't even see that they were double-suited. You just look up and you see 4 cards and you're kind of scrambling to see.
He gets 3-bet by the Queen Jack 7-5 with 1 suit. This is not a good hand. I think Eli is just making a move, sensing some weakness. And the double-suit queens do make the call. 10-6-6 rainbow. Neither player improves. $300 wager in the big blind. Kind of a tough spot here for queens, but not really a reason to fold the flop, I don't think. And he does make the call. His opponent's just taking a stab c-betting. Oh wait, sorry, this hand just changed. Queen, Jack, Jack 10. I swear I saw a different. I swear I saw a different hand. Okay, this hand makes a little more sense. King, Jack, Jack 10. Swim bets the flop. Josh makes the call.
Yeah, this is I think the hand did switch.
Wow, he's looking to bet the turn. Wow. Very interesting bet here with the jacks. 750 to go. And Josh does lay it down. Tough spot to do much with just the queens there. No help with the flush draw. No help with the straight draw. No blocker effect against the higher overpairs. And does decide just to let it go.
Alexander Nahara coming in with the $5 super chat. Doug sounds like he needs a hug. I got you, bro.
I'm actually doing great today. I needed a hug the other night.
Yeah.
I was in hug territory.
We've been out here doing 10 to 14-hour days. Unknown Prodigy, $5. Doug, how do you like being part owner of the Lodge?
It's absolutely great. Let me tell you guys a little story, actually. I told the story at the table earlier today, but we partnered with the prior owners, and one of the prior owners was telling me a story about how when the club first started, they were trying to get members here, and they didn't want to stack anyone. So if they had aces, then and a member went all in, they would just fold because they wanted to avoid stacking the members. I told my table that I had some bad news, that they are about to receive a significant downgrade in the quality of service around here because I am not folding aces to any of you. Come on down to the Lodge. I will stack you if I have aces. Lord knows people have been stacking me enough.
We've got our co-owner here getting in the mix. He raises to 80 with ace, queen, 8-5,
Is that
2 diamonds.
Is that I don't know.
This is straddle.
Oh, straddle. Oh, so
You got to keep in mind there's straddles and double straddles, so with these big raise sizes.
did he straddle or did he
No,
raise?
he was under the gun. He's under the gun +1.
Okay, all right. Maybe that 80 was the straddle.
I don't think so.
Oh, yeah? Okay.
Because it looked like he had cards, and then he put his chips in. And then looks like he got 3-bet.
That does happen.
$5 from James Norman. We know Brad is a cat guy. Are Doug and Andrew dog or cat people?
I'm a dog guy, like normal people.
I mean, for a dog guy, you have been in 2 cat wraps.
And I hope that no one will hold that against me.
Andrew did own a cat. This is a story that's not too well known, but he has a very similar story to me where he had a cat with an ex-girlfriend, and the ex-girlfriend took his cat, and he was pretty
Wow.
sad about it. Yeah.
Is that why you guys are so close?
I guess so. We've bonded over that many times.
If that's not destiny, I don't know what is.
JT Rounders Live donates $4.99. Texas and E forever. E is, it's awesome to have him playing on the streams. You guys obviously got in the big hand together. I feel like there was another big hand. Was that off the stream, or there was a hand when he had kings or something?
It was the tag team. You guys were commentating.
That's right.
And it was straddled to $1 million, and he got kings and I got tens, and the flop was 9 high. It was just great stuff. All right, quickly, let's talk about the hand. We got a bunch of hands in here. We got ace, queen, 10-4, triple suited the ace from Jordan. We got queen tier for Jeff, ace 7-6 deuce for Cobbler Dog, queen jack 7, big flop.
We've got 24 cards to sort through, or 20. So
Are you counting cards, Brad?
yeah, I'm just like, what are we gonna do? But we do have top set from Jeff.
Chat, I look over at Brad, and you can see him. He's counting out how many cards that there are.
Well, I just multiplied 4 times 5.
Well, you were counting them. You had to get to 4 somehow.
Got an abacus out.
I don't think that there's going to be enough action here for the queens. Really, there's just not enough to go around. Rainbow board.
I mean, Jordan has a gutter, top pair. Bets 400. When you bet 400 with 4 other opponents, that's going to look pretty strong. So he potted it.
I really don't. I mean, Jordan does have top pair.
He's got the gutter too.
Oh, he raises it up. He raises it up.
And all in, from Jeff here. It's 1,400 to call for Jordan. He's getting $1 million to 1, and it looks like he made the call.
He did call. Have to call at this point. The gut shot's going to be much stronger on a rainbow flop.
Somehow he's got 36% equity with a gutter.
It has to count dead cards.
It must, yeah, because that Jack Deuce hand, the guy only had 6% equity with a flush draw.
Yeah. It must count dead cards. Jordan would be really pumped if he saw he had this much equity.
I mean, I don't think, did anyone fold a king? Maybe there was one king that's gone.
Kings are live. Deuceburger. 10. No help to Jordan. Jeff will win the first run. King! Can the ace-10 get the hold here after getting there on the turn? It does. Chop it up.
Wow, pretty brutal for Jeff to seemingly have an overwhelming advantage when you get it in with top set versus really just a gutter that's live. But like we saw, there were a lot of kings left in the deck.
Tough spot there for the queens. A few other super chats just to quickly run through. Robert Carlin, $5. Is that Aussie? Aussie $5? How's both of your confidence for Saturday stakes? Ready to eat up Rampage's punts? I am ready. My body is ready for some high stakes action on Saturday, and I do hope I don't get super buried earlier on and then have to play stuck a ton. Although I'm sure you guys would really enjoy that. You guys, of course, love to see me lose and or be in pain, but could definitely get a little buried before that starts up.
Yeah, I'm taking things one day at a time. So I've got to get through the 25-50 game. That will more likely be 25-50, 100, 200. So that'll probably be more like a proper 100, 200 game. And then the 100, 200 game, just with the way things are going out here in Texas with these streams, I imagine, there's going to be some really, really big straddles. So probably we'll get up to 1,600 at some point, but
I have a take on that. I think that the 100, 200 will play more like a normal 100, 200.
that'd be great.
Yeah. I think it'll be a little more reasonable.
Because the 25-50 game, so really that Monday game was about the biggest game I've ever played. I think I played the 3 biggest pots of my life in that Monday game. So that vlog will be interesting. And then this 25-50 game, it's going to be bigger than that. And the 100, 200 is going to be even larger. So I'm just kind of.
Well, it's nice that the biggest one's at the end, so then if you get stuck, you can make it back. And then also you don't have the get stuck so big, you're definitely going to be stuck.
Sure.
All right, another pot. 16 cards. I'm channeling your style here.
That's how great our commentary is. We're just
16
talking about how many cards are in
16
this.
cards in the hole, 3 coming out. There they are. Boom. Now let's sort through all of the riffraff. We got nothing for Fireman Scott. We got
Top pair from Josh the Whale.
a gutter for Cobbler Dog. We got top pair, yep. Checks through. 10 on the turn.
Don't believe anyone has a 10 here.
Nope, no 10s.
No flush draw out there.
This is looking pretty likely to check down. However, Josh is going to go for a little bit of a bet here with an ace. Gonna thin the field out. And it's going to get as thin as it can with everyone folding, and he picks up the pot.
$6.99 Canadian from Two Pump Dump. No question. Just wanted to give the donation. Thanks a lot for that. And Julius Ilia, I'd pay money to see Doug Vanessa Selps play heads up.
And wouldn't we all?
Did you know Vanessa much before this is kind of caught on? I feel like you two, you both play into it a little bit, have some fun with it. Are you friends now? Have you bonded over that?
We've talked hair.
Yeah.
A little bit, yeah. We talked hair a bit. And she actually, when I did a few vlogs over the World Series, she was in one. And
Okay.
we did a bit where I was telling a hand history, and then I saw a friend, and I panned the camera to a friend, and when the camera panned back, it was Vanessa Selps instead of me, and she was
Nice.
talking about the same hand that I was talking about.
Yeah, that's great.
Pretty good bit. Pretty good bit. Jim Fry, $28 super chat. Here is $1 per hour for each of your 14-hour days. We must support Tejas Poker,
Tejas.
Texas.
Yeah.
I'm glad I figured that one out. I wouldn't have, without you, that might have gone on for a long time. We have some action. Queen Jack 10-10, double suited. Re-raising against the Ace King 4-4. And Jordan calling the 275. He has a single suited. It's not quite a rundown. Was a one gapper? Something like that. 9-8, 7-5. Ace King 4-4 gets out of the way. 2 good hold'em hands does not equal a good PLO hand. Those cards don't have good connectivity. And it looks like the Jack 10-10, Queen Jack 10-10 makes the call. Here comes the flop. Jack 7 deuce. Skittles.
You like saying that?
Yeah. The people have expectations, Brad. We need to live up to them. Skittles is a thing. Eli bets the flop with the Queen Jack 10-10.
So it looks like equities are running pretty close here, despite 2 of the 10s being missing from the deck. But Jordan can hit, I guess, any 2 pair.
I imagine
Aside
Eli is
from-
really hoping to see something that's not a raise. Call, he can play some turns and rivers, but raise, he's going to be in a tough situation. Jordan kind of looking like he's going to fold, but he really could have considered playing some turns. Does lay it down.
Mixin Poker, $4.99 in the super chat. We had the pleasure of playing with him. Hey, Doug, sorry about the quadruple straddle hand where I won with Jack High. Here's a couple dollars back.
Let me tell you guys in the chat a hand, just for you. We're playing 2-5, so the blinds are 2, 5, 10, 4, 20, 40, 80, as 2-5 plays. And there's a 160. It doesn't really matter. I think it might have been 160. I think Mixon might have been in for the 160. I can't remember at this point, chat. You just have to bear with me. It folds to one of the other straddles. The guy calls. Folds to me. I look down at 8-7 suited. And sometimes you gotta rip a little light, make a little move. I felt like that guy was weak. I jam. Mixon's to my left. He thinks it over. He takes his time. Says that he has to call. He does make the call. The other guy folds, and the board runs out. I believe it was 6-4, 4, 4, 3, and he tables Jack Deuce and takes it down.
So how big was that pot total?
It was probably a couple thousand total. 1600 total.
This is Tuesday at the meetup game.
Tuesday the media game, yeah. He won with Jack Deuce unimproved on that board. Absolutely incredible. But I do appreciate the $5 back, Mixon. And also, Mixon is an absolute beast when it comes to Texas barbecue. The man knows his stuff. Had a couple different times where he brought some treats, and oh boy, trying to go on a diet. But I might have to strategically avoid Mixon streams to stay on this diet. Okay, Brad.
Couple people involved. Not much going on for any of them. Fireman Scott has the best hand with top pair, backdoor, some backdoor draws.
Goes ahead and fires the flop. 250 to go.
Josh the Whale's got the gutter.
Got her to the nuts on a rainbow board. Little backdoor nut flush draw. Some equity. Not much, though, as you can see here with the 19% now. 8 in the turn. A perfect card for our flop aggressor. Now his top 2. About as good as you can hope for.
Fireman Scott keeping the pressure on. Looks like he bets 600.
Nice spot to bet with top 2. Charge those draws.
Pretty much get a snap fold from Josh the Whale. And Fireman Scott takes down a nice little pot.
Yes, he does.
$4.99 from Pony UST. Doug, start a heads up stream series. Call it King of the Table. Have a winner sign the table or have a table named after them or something. But what do you think about that idea, first of all?
King of the Table. It reminds me a little bit of Heads Up Duel. We have a 160 straddle, by the way. This is now 510.
Wow, is Andrew putting on the
What? Andrew's putting on the
640 straddle.
Whoa!
Is this a whole round of straddles? Whole table?
Every single spot is straddled here. Wow. 5, 5, 10, 20, 40, 80,
I'm just gonna
160, 320, 640.
I'm gonna make a bold prediction that we see an all in on this hand.
I think that's a safe
I mean,
bet.
I feel bad to the gentleman on Andrew's left here. He's just like, I just wanted to play like a normal game.
Absolutely wow. Okay, well let's sweat this hand and then we'll get back to the super chats. We do appreciate those guys.
So the small blind was first to act there.
Ooh, double paired hand here, but on this shallow of stacks, it's a lot less good to be double paired.
So this is interesting where we're just going to get a flat call from the big blind. He's just going to...
Huh. I think we're actually in over our heads here, Brad. I think we might not be qualified for this. What do we got? What do we got? I don't even know what we got.
We're going to have to get the cards may not be over the sensor enough.
Actually, I figured out what we have. We have 4 cards. We saw a 10-10-7-7, right? At some point. Is that the fold?
It's hard to tell.
Anyway, Pony USD, a King of the Hill type format. Could see that being a thing.
What do you think about what do you think about Phil Hellmuth beating Tom Dwan in the third match of that Poker Go heads up?
Phil Hellmuth won again?
He did, yeah.
I didn't actually see that. I think that that's a very believable result, and it's good to see the king back on top.
Jason raises to 2,600, and that's going to clear out some people.
Andrew is gonna have to call all in here, right? With basically anything. How much money does he have behind 1.1? 9643.
Oh man, that's not the hand that you want to look down at.
Is it? It's actually kind of okay. You're not going to be blocked by a lot of the other high card hands.
I mean, he's suited. The good thing is he's like a short stack, and it's heads up, and there's a ton of dead money.
I think that Cobbler Dog folded 10-7, 10-10-7-7. Pretty impressive fold. Yeah, look, he's got 43%. This is actually it was a good call. It's much better to have this, I think, than let's just say King 643, where your king is going to be blocked a bunch of the time. Something like that.
That makes sense. A little bit of PLO strategy.
I think the PLO regs are going to make fun of me. for this strategy. But yeah, all right, 9-6-4-3. Andrew's all in up against the aces, single suit aces.
His hearts are live.
He
Get
has-
some low cards
yeah.
and some hearts for Andrew. Press 1 in the chat if you want to see him win. Ooh. Brutal flop for him. He flops bottom 2, but
Oh,
is
no.
crushed
Oh,
by
no.
top
It's
set.
over. Oof.
And,
Oof. Ooh, they're running it multiple times, guys.
okay. But that's even worse for him because
No,
some of his outs are
No,
gone.
it's definitely better that he has a chance to win half the pot.
Yeah, but the 9 and 6.
I think it's better that he has this run. 10-9-8.
7
He has
ball.
a gutter of the 7.
7.
And he hits it. And that's going to hold. There's no way that he can lose this pot. It is not a chop. This is not
Andrew's-
no limit. Hold him.
Yeah, Andrew uses his 9 and 6 to make it straight. You have to use exactly 2 cards in PLO.
Chop it up.
So, Andrew, he actually comes out profitable in that. And if you looked at the equities beforehand, that seems like a pretty fair outcome.
Whenever someone puts on the 640, you got to root for them. I think that just should be a good general rule. They put out the 640. They don't even know what cards they have. Got to root for the 640. Maybe it's because I put on some of those and I'm always rooting for myself. Steve Bro says, gents, huge fan of your guys' channels. Will always be a fish, but love thinking I'll make sound decisions at the table. Guess I'm just built for punting.
We've got to get through a couple more of these super chats, guys. JC, $5. Please invite Ethan Rampage to be a part of the group. Then all my favorite streamers will be together. Brad, Doug, Andrew, and Ethan. Ethan's been out here. He's been a lot of fun. He was actually wearing a McJiggity's shirt yesterday, I believe, or Tuesday it was. What day is it today? These days are all kind of jumbling together. But yeah, he's going to be a part of the stream tomorrow night. That's the 25-50 game, so you'll get a chance to see Ethan and I battle it out with Doug and Andrew in the booth. And E. McKenzie, $4.99. If you guys need help catching Rampage punts, I know a guy. He's referring to Rampage trying to pull off quite the bluff against E on a previous stream, and E caught him. And then DQ 99.99. He's the chip leader in the super chat. Not that this PLO game isn't exciting, but I can't wait for the Friday and Saturday games. Remember, Brad, run it once, and you too can administer max pain. Thanks, DQ. That is a huge super chat. We got Doug on the soundboard, and really appreciate it. DQ is always very, very supportive of not only this stream, but just kind of all of our YouTube channels and certainly the Lodge. So thanks a lot, DQ. Always fun to play with you.
Absolutely. And a quick DQ story the other day. We're doing some casual $1,500 flips. DQ walks by, he says, flips? We have chips. Takes a bunch of cash out of his pocket, throws it in there, 4-way flip, stacks us, heads out. Quick one and done in for the win. DQ, your flip game pretty strong. I lost back all of my profits from the stream I was going to say last week, but it's been 2 days, 3 days, flipping versus DQ. I'll get you next time, though. My flip game has been pretty good historically. Maybe I can hang in there. We do appreciate Super Chat, DQ. Thank you for tuning in today, man. Can't wait for Friday and Saturday's games. Yeah, Friday and Saturday games are going to be sick. It's going to be sick.
Is DQ in the lineup tomorrow? He might be.
I don't have the lineups.
Skull Mike is in charge of the lineups here. If you're interested in potentially getting on stream, you can reach out to him. I believe his contact information is up on our website. And you can fill out a short application and let us know why you'd be a good fit for the stream. Lonnie Files, $5. In y'all's opinion, what are some of the best PLO preflop holdings, and what are some not so great preflop holdings that you just like? I'm going to leave this one up to Doug.
Well, I've always been a big fan of aces. Very unique thing about me. People say, I like Jack-10 suited. Nope, not me. Aces. My second favorite hand is kings. My third, it gets a lot closer, but I lean queens. Oh, but in PLO.
PLO, yeah.
It would be, the best hand you could be dealt in PLO. Do you know this?
Ace, ace, king, king, double suited.
No.
Ace, king,
It's
queen,
not a-
jack, double suited. Ace, ace, king, queen, double suited.
Ace, ace, 10, 10 double suited.
Is that right?
You block the most straights.
Okay, interesting.
Yeah, when you have 2 10s, they're way likely to hit straights.
Huh, I didn't know. I would have always just thought aces and kings double
I
suited.
think heads up all in, it's better to have ace, ace, 10, 10 than ace, ace, king, king.
Hmm.
I'm sure PLO wizards can let me know that I'm wrong. All right, let's talk about some poker, guys. We do appreciate the super chats, but we got a game here, and we got to make sure we lock into the action. You know, Brad, we were talking about you do the play-by-play. One thing we didn't factor in was being able to say the hands. Because I feel like you look at the hands, and then you can't do it. So then I do the play-by-play, and then you're the color. So I say the action, and I look at you, and then you're like...
We're doing our best here. There's a lot going
best.
on. There's 3,000 people in the chat, so thanks for tuning in. And then we've got twice as many cards as we're used to looking at.
All right. Double suited, 9987. It's like a very nice hand. Raises to 120. Jordan calls with the ace, queen, 6-4 double suited. And Jeff, king 10, 5-4, suit to the king. I think he lets it go. Where is he? I think he lets it go.
Looks like
Ooh.
everybody gets a piece of this flop here.
I don't know if the king 10, 5-4 is in there. Jordan's going to bet here. Nut flush draw, gutter to the nuts. Very strong draw. Oh, everyone is in there. Oh, no, he folded earlier. Okay, Fireman Scott. He's got a nice hand here. Second nuts, flush draw. He can hit a straight flush and a jack or a 6 of diamonds. And then the backdoor flush draw as well. Very strong hand here. 9987. And he raises it up.
Jordan's not going to be going anywhere.
Kind of interesting here for Jordan. Of course he can't fold in this spot. But does he repot this against what could easily be the nuts? Or does he just call and look to play turns and rivers?
Wow, he just rips it in. And we see a snap call from Fireman Scott with the second nuts.
Not even a thought. Beat him into the pot. I mean, I guess if you're up against the queen 9, you got the flush draw. And the backdoor flush draw.
This is going to be a $9,000 pot.
I think it's possible that we're going to see some big pots tonight. Possible.
Yeah. I've already seen quite a few big all-ins, and you know what's interesting to me is the decision to run it once or twice. Most guys seem to be interested in running it twice, especially in these kind of spots.
Definitely. Ace, queen, 6-4 needs a king or a diamond. Straight flush for 9-7. That is a straight flush here on the stream. Ace, queen, 6-4 hits a flush, but he's up against a straight flush. That flush will take half, though. So despite hitting 2 flushes against the second nuts, only wins half the pot because the straight flush is going to take it down on the first run, and we already have a straight flush on the stream.
Wow, exciting night, and we just got a $499.99 super chat. Let's scroll down here to see what this is. Thanks to Doug's Flips, DQ was able to help me get my nails done, make my car payment, go grocery shopping, and pay my mortgage payment. Now I need to go reward DQ. Small rebate for Doug. And that's from DQ's girlfriend.
Okay. Well, how about that? That makes me feel so much better about the money I lost DQ flipping. It's good to know that.
You got some of it back. That's what that the donation was for. So thanks for supporting the chat. We're up to 3,100 viewers. We're at a new high tonight. Thanks a lot for tuning in.
Very much. No action for this favorable flop.
We do have a couple more super chats. It's, I want to make sure we read all of these. If people are willing to donate money, I want to give them a proper shout out. Let's see here. Hey Brad, how is the Bomb Pot meetup game going to work tomorrow? Bomb Pot's every hand. Didn't get a chance to play with you at the mug. Played with Doug. I'm from Argentina. So the Bomb Pots, I think we're going to do basically every 10 minutes or so. We'll do a $10 or $15 Bomb Pot. It's tough with the Bomb Pots because you want to have a good time and the Bomb Pots are fun, but you don't want anyone to get wrecked too badly, too quickly, and those Bomb Pots bring a lot of action.
I was hoping it would just be only bomb pots.
We could potentially do that, but I think that a lot of people might be out kind of soon. So maybe we could do every other hand.
Would you say maybe if someone came to play with Bomb Pot Brad for Bomb Pot Day, and then they got upset about playing a bunch of bomb pots, that might be one might view that as unreasonable.
Okay, Doug. We'll do every hand.
Okay, I'm not playing, by the way. I just wanted to know. I felt like you should stay true to form. And we got
Sure.
a few hands here. 4-3 deuce. 4-tray deuce. People don't like it when you say 3. One thing I learned about the YouTube comment section. Not flush draw from Jordan. Queen high flush draw from Swim, but he blocks a lot of the clubs himself. And a club on the turn. This is a little thing to think about here, guys. Jordan has the nut flush. It sucks when you have nut flush in PLO, but you have the second highest club because you block someone from having the second nuts that can pay you off.
Swim also has a queen high flush, though, so.
Also, interesting thing to think about here with the queen high flush. When your opponent bets this spot, they're saying that they have either the nut flush or a bluff. When you have 3 of the suit, it's actually better to call with this hand down than just the second nut flush, because when you have 3 clubs, you block way more of the flushes that are available. So you actually want to call people down with 3 club hands and not just higher flush hands. It's better to call this than, let's say, well, realistically, even the king high flush probably. Snap call from Swim. Sees the bad news. I like how Swim played that, though. Didn't even think about it. You can tell Swim is an experienced PLO player, understands the way these things work, and does pay off his opponent.
$2 from James Norman. Has Galfon ever commentated PLO? Hard to imagine he hasn't commentated PLO.
Fair.
But
Went to showdown here, by the way. We're looking at Jason at 100% went to showdown. If the guy plays the hand, he went to showdown. These stats don't mean really much, but it does show you a little who's a station. I'm sure over time they might add up. I'm interested in those VPIPs because I got a bone to pick with the last ones. I feel like my VPIP being the lowest, I feel like that was unfair. I don't exactly know. Maybe I was the nittiest player at the table, but
I think you were in kind of a tough spot because there were a lot of straddles and double straddles, and then DQ will limp in, and then if you can't really do too much
I did though.
in that
I feel
spot.
like I did. I don't know.
I mean, VPIPs were all high. DQ was at over
Sure.
70%.
Fair.
I was somewhere around 35% to 40% in that range most of the night. With DQ limping in, it kind of opened it up for me to just call. Let's say if the straddle was to 50, I could just call for 25 more, and then the big blind or under the gun straddle was going to check a lot. So
Yeah, that's a nice option to have.
yeah.
Jack 4-3 of spades. Neither player has a flush. Andrew does have top pair and an open-ender. And he hits the straight. It's also a 4th spade. It's a good card for the straight because now it's less likely your opponent has a flush. Also has a 10 of spades in his hand. Given this action, very unlikely his opponent has a flush. Goes for a little bit of river value. Opponent lays it down. Eli laying it down the river. This lineup seems a little different than most of the streams. The PLO lineups are a little bit more. Well, it's just a very different lineup because I've been in a bunch of these, I've watched a bunch of these, and I think in the no limit lineups I don't see too many of these names. Jordan currently on top of the leaderboard, plus 3.4 thousand. Fireman Scott second place, plus 1.5. Andrew and Jordan, I believe, were around the bottom of that list. No, Andrew was. I think the other one said Jordan as well. Was it Jordan or Jason?
So it looks like we had some technical difficulties at some point. Sorry about that, guys.
I think there was buffering. I think if you reloaded the stream, it went through fine. So I think
Okay.
people they'll figure it out. Slick Rick Lodge, y'all are killing it tonight. $20 super chat. Appreciate that, Slick Rick. How do you like our custom chairs in the bunker? They're comfortable. They're comfortable. Actually, I'm sitting in your chair right now, Slick Rick. It says Slick Rick right behind me.
We're going 5 ways to the flop in this one. Not sure what happened pre-flop here, but everybody's involved. But
Ace, king, 6. We have a situation with no flush for anyone, and Eli's going to take a stab
He's got top and bottom, but Andrew Neeme here, top 2.
to the rescue.
He's got the check mark. He's got him drawing dead with 2 cards to come. Deuce on the turn. Not going to affect anything here.
Check from Andrew once again. Eli's got to decide what kind of story is he going to tell with no spade blocker. He's going to make the prudent move and back it up. And we have a full house for Andrew. King on the river.
Nice. Favorable.
Favorable river indeed. Andrew's now deciding, do I trap him or do I go for a little bit of value? If his opponent does have a flush, he wants to make sure he gives himself a chance to get paid. He's going to fire it out. $60 to go.
Small bet here on the river.
Very small. He's trying to induce a raise, I think.
Yeah, let's see if Eli turns his hand into some sort of a bluff. I mean, he could just call here. He's getting such a good price, and I think that that's more likely than him turning his hand into a bluff.
Yeah.
And he's getting calling chips out, and he tosses them in, says, here you go, Andrew. Here's a nice little donation.
And I think that it says a lot that Eli wasn't even considering a raise here. He's got the ace-6. He blocks boats on both sides, or the higher boats and the lower boats with the ace-6. So why not just at least think about maybe pulling the trigger and raising it up. But that's exactly what Andrew was hoping would happen with his full house.
Jamin Burton, he's in the chat. What's up, dude? Congratulations on being a fellow nominee in the Vlogger of the Year award. So, Jamin getting some credit. He definitely deserves it. $4.99 from Ben Starnes. Can we apply to live stream with Doug's or Brad's money? You'd have an apprentice and could enjoy being called sensei. Well, I'm actually playing tomorrow with Doug's money, so tough to get money, out to a different state. So I am borrowing some money from Doug, and hopefully I can pay it back immediately.
I'm hoping that as well, Brad.
Yeah.
that makes 2 of us. I'm going to be rooting for you.
Thanks, man.
No problem.
Ben Adler, $4.99, longtime viewer and just an all-star supporter of poker vlogs. Hello, Doug and Brad. Love to see things going so well with the lodge this week. Yeah, the last couple days have been absolutely insane. We've got a hand here. It looks like UI calls a straddle with ace, king, queen, ace, queen of diamonds. Get a call from Jeff and Cobbler Dog. He's got a pair of 10s.
Kings for Jason. I think maybe in retrospect, I'm just putting it out there into the universe, we get maybe a PLO person on the PLO streams.
It's a good idea.
Just one. I think if either one of us, me
we
or you.
We tried to find somebody.
There's no one in
There
Texas.
was the lodge group chat, and we're just like, who wants to do the PLO commentary? And everyone, it was
nice.
See how I did that soundboard?
I did. That was actually quite good. The fact that you knew to head there too, you set your own joke up with the soundboard.
Yeah, midway through my sentence, I was
Wow.
like, I'm pretty sure we have a soundbite for this.
I'm impressed. That was good. That was quite good. We'll do our best. 10-9 deuce, Skittles. Queen on the turn. Full Skittles. the whole
Oh, wow.
rainbow.
We could see some action here with middle set versus the nuts.
Jason with the nuts. Gonna bet here. Cobbler Dog doesn't strike me like the kind of guy that's gonna get too wild with the middle set.
I mean, we haven't seen him get too involved the entire night, so this is really his opportunity, and he's going to need to see the
He got
board
that early double,
paired.
I think, that middle set. Remember that? Or
Did he?
Did it chop? I forget. I think it might have chopped. Yeah, it chopped. But he has not been. He's not been too active since then. Can't be thrilled. Obviously, King Jack, Jack 8, both ahead. Rainbow board, so it's not like his opponent's on a draw. And he lets it go.
Good laydown.
Impressive.
Andrew Trayer, poker and disc golf are life. I don't know. I'm not sure where that comment came from.
Disc golf is huge here.
Is that right?
I didn't know about it, and then I was at a table and someone talked about it, and I said, "What's disc golf?" And then 6 people burst out, "What do you mean, what's disc golf? You actually think you haven't heard of disc golf?"
Yeah.
Do you know about disc golf?
There's actually a disc golf. There's a couple of courses that are right by my house in Las Vegas. So
Oh my God, you're one of them.
no.
Okay.
I've played one time. I have played
Sure,
one time. It's
sure,
fun.
Sure. And you know where multiple courses are, huh?
Because they're walking distance.
Of course, yeah.
Andrew Trayer, another $4.99. Full house, baby. It's referring to the Andrew Neeme hand when Andrew was able to get some value there on the river. Jeffrey Goodman, $9.99. I'm headed up there. Put this on my account for me, and I'll give you a penny when I get there.
Big
Mr.
hand here, guys. 5, 5,
BPIB.
10, 20, 40, 80, 160. Welcome to the 5-10 stream tonight. Cards are getting dealt out. Should be a fun one. Our action begins in the cutoff. Jeff, horrible, horrible hand. Horrible.
No
horrible
snap
hand.
fold. Looks like he's looking at his cards one at a time. Still processing them.
He did the Hold'em player thing. You look at 2 Hold'em hands, and you put them together. Not saying he is a Hold'em player, but he just looked at it with that style. Fireman Scott, King, Queen, 10, Trey into the muck, and now we're into the straddles. Ooh, Andrew, Queen 8, 7, 6 double suited. Not too hard of a fold there for him. 3 8s for Cobbler Dog. He's out of there. Ace, King, Queen, Deuce. Wait. Hold on. The Ace, King, Queen, Deuce folded? Wow.
Looks like we're seeing a flat call.
That's a.
Is it a raise? What was the straddle up to on this one?
I think that swim takes it down,
Oh, okay.
and that's really what it's all about. Taking down pots. It's in the name. Pot Limit Omaha.
Garza, $5 super chat. We're not hearing our boys in the bunker, but fantastic substitutes. Brad Owen, Doug Polk. Cheers from Seattle. Really could use a lodge up here.
We've been hearing about a lot of different potential places for lodges. We're thinking it over. We're not trying to move too quick. We want to make sure we do things right here. We put a lot of good events on, like our Spring Mayhem series, which will be end of February, early March. You can check out the schedule on the website. We're going to do our best to put on some phenomenal events for you to enjoy, and then we're going to be looking at some spots just a little bit here. Don't want to put the carriage in front of the horse. Want to make sure that we can make the lodge everything it can be here in Austin, Texas. And our players are back into the action. We have some number of straddles happening. Looks like the 80's on here from Jordan. I think we're going to end at the 80. All right. Jeff, King, Jack, 10, 9. 3 diamonds. Opens it up under the gun to 260. Andrew looks down the 7754 single suit. Not this time. Let's it go. That's the kind of spot I might consider on the button.
Jason, he's got double suited queens.
But then again, I'm extremely spewy and bad. So that probably was a great fold.
How'd you do in the PLO today? How long did you play for?
I played for a few hours, and I lost a little bit. Honestly, overall in the week, I'm pretty much even. I think I'm down 1K or something. I've had 2 wins, 2 losses. I think this week's been great. I've not been just blasting. It's good.
So we're seeing a flop. 12 cards.
Thank you. Thank you for that. Our card counter. You're counting cards.
Swim's got top pair, nut flush draw, and he's got a gutter as well. So
Very nice hand here for Swim.
he's got to be feeling pretty good about this. And then
Ooh, action card turn. Jeff has a wrap and the second nut flush draw. And Jason has a set of queens. This is a huge card. Huge card. Everyone's excited now. Especially me. Swim with an $895 bet. I don't think anyone can fold. And somehow the King Jack 10-9 is 42%. King Jack 10-9 makes the call. Jason with this action in front, he rips it. All you can eat here. I believe. I just want to make sure that's true, but it looks like, yep. Raised a pot. That's going to be all you can eat. No one's going to fold here. Of course, when you're Swim, you're not thrilled to see that pot. You think your opponent probably has ace queen or queens. However, with the gutter, with the nut flush draw, it's probably going to end up getting priced in. This would be a truly phenomenal laydown if he was able to get away from it. Not even sure that it would be correct. It certainly would be here, given that we know he only has just 8% equity. But now he's just thinking, okay, it's probably 2-pair or set, very likely a set. Do I have the odds? He doesn't. He lets it go. And now we have a pure flip. Jeff has a wrap and the flush draw, a little shorter stacked. He does make the call, and this is a pure flip. Fitty. Someone is going to win or lose or chop. Gambling is occurring at the lodge. I wonder if they're going to run it multiple times. I think they have to run it twice, button out. So we are going to be running it 2 times. King Jack 10. He's a King Jack 10 or diamond. And he hits Jack on the first run. Oh man. 10 second run.
Scoops at almost 7K pot.
Wow.
That one goes to Jeff, and that's going to hurt because that was a dream turn for Jason. Not a lot of diamonds left in the deck. Jeff doesn't need them. Hits a straight on both boards and scoops a massive pot for this game.
If Jason wasn't down before, he certainly is now. Tough beat for Jason. Getting it in ahead, having the 3 of a kind, being up against a draw, and taking home nothing. The whole pot is getting shipped over there to seat number 1. The 3 of a kind, not good enough. 3 of a kind, not as good in this game. Tough beat to take. But if you don't like bad beats, you shouldn't play PLO because there are going to be a lot of them. Of course, the players don't know the dead cards. They don't know that it's 50-50. But it was 50-50. Despite him having the second nuts all in, it was just a flip. And right back into the straddling we go. 5, 5, 10, 20, 40. Hard to imagine the guy that just almost tripled up will not put on the 80. Maybe he will. I don't know. Don't want to put words in his mouth. But, yeah, we'll see what happens. Maybe we have the 80. Maybe we don't. Maybe he just stops at a paltry $40 sum. You know, a little bit of small stakes here. Something to cool down a bit.
We may just want to break from all the action after you just get stacked like that.
Finally,
in a somewhat brutal way.
Back down to just a $40 straddle.
$9.99 from 7 Deuce Jammer. Whoever is in Slick Rick's chair, it's the joke of the nighttime. Well, me and Doug aren't exactly comedians. Do you have any jokes, Doug?
Oh, off the cuff jokes. Ooh.
We might have to get back to you.
I think
on
I
that
might
one.
have to stick to things I'm more knowledgeable about,
Like PLO.
like Pot Limit Omaha, because that's a much stronger at the Pot Limit Omaha than the off the cuff jokes.
Uh-oh, we've got Andrew Neeme with the jiggities.
There's no right way to play jiggities, so it doesn't matter what I do.
Yeah, we need to make more use out of this soundboard. Doug's scoping it out. So Andrew raises to 125. The $40 straddle is on. And Josh the Whale 3 bets to 350 with King Queen 9-3 suited king. Swim calls King 10 9-8 double suited. And Andrew is going to have to make a decision here.
He
Gets
did.
in there.
He made the call.
Josh the Whale's got the flush draw and he's got top pair. Andrew has the flush draw as well. Swim doesn't connect too much. He does have some backdoor draws and an 8.
$1.1K to go. Andrew is in rough shape here with his jacks, middle pair, and flush draw. Rough shape. Only 8% equity. He can only win on, yeah, a couple types of runouts. Andrew's getting some tough spots today.
He has, yeah. And let's see. He's been doing a lot of studying with Dylan, Dr. GTO. And I know he's been really enjoying the PLO streets the last, I don't know, maybe 2 years or so. He's been making those PLO vlogs. It's been interesting to watch that journey and just see him get better and better as a player. And let's see what decision he makes here.
I was checking out one of the PLO vlogs, and I saw a hand that I thought was interesting, and then I had a long talk with Andrew, and then we talked to Dylan, and I think some sims were ran, and we talked. We got a little in the streets. A little in the streets in the PLO. Tough spot here, guys. Tough spot. Because if the flush draw is good, given the odds in the pot, you're going to feel like you need to continue. That looks like a pot. He's all in.
Andrew disappointed, obviously, to find out that Josh the Whale has 2 hearts.
Well, he can still win on an 8 with no heart, or a jack with no heart that doesn't have a 10. So he's got, so I'm telling you, there's a chance, chat. There's a chance. He's got a puncher's chance here in this one. 5 on the turn, needs a jack. Doesn't come in. That's the first run. Second run. 10 on the turn is a heart. Yeah, he's done in that one. It's unfortunate. Unfortunate from Andrew. I think those winnings from earlier are maybe gone at this point. Another one gone, another one gone, another one bites the dust.
So Andrew been put in some tough spots here. He's gotten in 2 all-ins. He hasn't come out ahead, but luckily he had some money won from the meetup game previously. So I think at this point he still might even be up on the day, or at least even.
It's funny to me because you're talking about Andrew's day.
Yeah.
And what's funny about that is that I know you're doing that because that's how you're viewing yourself and your journey here.
Sure.
And that's how I've been viewing my journey.
Yeah.
And so don't worry, guys. He had an earlier win, but then he had a loss before. But now this is a loss, and where's that put in? We're talking about hands that happened on a stream, or there wasn't even a stream, you know?
Sure. No, but I think that
journey.
people naturally feel bad for Andrew, and they're just like, oh, he's stuck, 4 or 5K or whatever it is. But that's not actually the case for today. But I know what you're saying. Whatever happened earlier, and this is a brand new session that people have tuned in for. But I just don't want people to feel too bad for him. He's doing great.
No, he's doing absolutely fine. Absolutely fine.
$20 from JTN 1968. I'm usually not a fan of PLO streams, mainly because I suck at it, LOL. But you two make it fun. I'll see you in April, and thanks to the Lodge for arranging poker player rates.
Awesome. Absolutely. Can I just say for a moment here that I am so impressed with the number of people that came out to the Lodge. I think that it's primarily Texas people. A lot of guys from San Antonio, a lot of guys from Houston. Big group from Dallas came in today. So I've seen a lot of different places in Texas, people coming out. But then I've also seen all kinds of different places. I've seen someone from Minnesota, people from California for sure, a couple guys from L.A., Chicago,
Pennsylvania,
New York guy.
Nebraska, Louisiana.
Yeah, everywhere. So it's amazing. I just want to say thank you and that we appreciate the support here at the Lodge. It means a lot to us to come play at the room. We hope you guys have a good time, and we're going to do everything that we can to make sure that you enjoy any trip down to Austin, Texas to play at the Lodge. And we, of course, appreciate feedback. We've been getting all kinds of feedback. Some good ideas, some interesting ideas, and some bad ideas. Some bad ideas. All kinds of ideas.
Someone pitched an idea. Ryan the Lion, one of the dealers here, just a healthier way to play poker, pitched an idea for a stand-up poker table, like a bar.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, so it's much healthier for posture, he was saying, and could be interesting.
Yeah, that would be a lot of in-shape people at that table.
Yeah. Josh the Whale with Pocket Kings.
Pocket Kings.
Well, I guess it's not what do you call it?
Just Kings,
You
I guess?
just call it Kings?
Pocket just doesn't sound...
No, you're right. Yeah, it seems weird when you think about
to
it.
me. the sad part though is I want to make fun of you, but then I don't know what it's called myself. So I can't even tell a joke about it because I don't know what it is. So, you know, it's
Yeah, this
Pocket
is.
Kings. It is, I guess. Let's roll with Pocket Kings,
We've got a flop that no one's going to feel good about.
especially the Kings. Always an ace.
Always nice. We got to be quicker on these sound bites, I think.
We do, but I need to know all of them before.
Sure. $5 from Dan's on. Doug, you guys worried at all about the news coming out of Dallas about clubs being run out of town?
Of course, when you hear rooms getting closed, it should raise your concerns a bit. But I'm really not, because that is Dallas and not Austin, and that's not a statewide thing. That is a city thing, and that is a local thing. And so it really kind of comes down to what is your city like in particular. We are in Round Rock, Texas, not even Austin here. Round Rock tends to be very pro-business, and we've had no issues at the lodge. I've seen a lot of chatter about this online. There's a 2+2 thread that I don't know why I've been reading, where people argue about how likely it is that it goes down or not, and why would you get involved in an industry that could, and this one's getting shut down. Well, the reality is it hasn't, and these laws have been in place for a very long time here. There are many of these rooms. In almost every city, things have been totally fine, and in fact, until recently, they had almost always been fine. Really, it's just Dallas that's kind of had issues. So in my opinion, it's alive and well here, and you know what, guys? Stop being nits. It's about trying to get your money in good and trying to build something the right way. You have to be willing to take a risk every now and then. And if it doesn't pay off, it doesn't pay off. But you do your best. I don't play poker only because I will 100% win, right? You do your best. And that's what we're doing at the lodge here. We're doing our best. And it's a great room. And if the laws change in some way, well, you know what? So be it. I'm not going to let that make me be afraid from doing what I think is the right thing, which is to become a part of this awesome team at the lodge, with guys like Skull Mike making this place so great. Skull Mike just walked in the bunker. Skull Mike, how's the tournament going today? He's grabbing the headset. It goes the other direction. How many times have you been in the bunker, Mike? It's looking. There you go.
I'm tired, Doug. I'm tired. Please, cut me a break here. Cut me some slack.
I'm sorry about that.
Tournament's going fantastic. Day 1 C just wrapped up. We bagged the stack about 450,000. So
very nice.
25 advanced. Flight D looks to be rolling right now. The room is packed in the back. So we're well on pace to smash that guarantee of 500K.
Awesome. Did you bag?
I did. About 450,000.
Very nice. That's a healthy stack.
Nice job,
Healthy
man.
stack. 1 bullet. So
One bullet.
1 bullet.
Damn.
We do have a big hand brewing here. We've got
2 pair for Josh the Whale. Queens for Mr. Neeme.
Jordan with an open ender here and bottom pair. Call 600.
A lot of people in the chat, all 3,000. Thank you for joining us tonight.
saw you in the chat telling people to smash the like
Of
button.
course, they know the
Appreciate
joke.
that.
Did we set an overtime number tonight, or you guys are just going to go till you can't go no longer?
Wow. Okay, hold on here. We've got
Straights.
Straights.
2 straights.
The Nutter Butters for Josh the Whale. And the bottom end for Jordan, who thinks he just got there. This is going to get rough.
Yeah, Jordan won for action. Josh the Whale's been on the stream before. He's an out-of-towner. Flew in one specifically for the stream. Had so much fun. He's back. And he got crushed the first time he was on stream. And now the tides are turning, betting 2.3. Jordan, a regular here in the Austin community.
Jordan drills the card that he wanted to hit, but he's not feeling too good about it.
I think he really wanted the deuce.
Yeah, sure.
So he does get there here, but he knows that he could very easily be in trouble. Realistically, for him to be ahead, his opponent has to have some kind of club hand, something like maybe a
Oh, wow.
ace, queen, jack 10 with clubs.
Makes the call.
He does make the call, and he's...
I think he ripped it, is what happened.
Yeah, he jammed, correct.
He ripped. I think he was like a
Correct.
This is a 10K pot.
$10,000 pot.
And was he just drawing stone dead when he got it in there?
He was stone dead, Brad. Rough
there-
spot. Rough spot.
That's just like, we'll go for Josh the Whale. Hit the cha-ching there. That's 10 times.
Boy, that escalated quickly.
Got out of hand.
I mean, that really got out of hand fast.
You guys are learning this soundboard just right. A lot of different buttons to choose from.
Some nice ones.
Some good ones.
They added a Brad-specific one in it. It's nice.
Yeah, the jiggities. Did a little research online on the YouTube channels and found a nice little drop. Gotta find one for you. Still searching.
That's fine.
Jen is fan 1, $4.99. I thought the term wheel only applied in Omaha because of the high-low. Why do they use it in Hold'em?
Wheel is just ace to 5. I think that's just what it is.
Standard wheel.
It's hard to say why things are what they are, but
I hate the wheel. I don't know. Maybe they're trolling.
quick
it.
update here. Josh the Whale moves up to the top of the leaderboard, plus $8,000. Fireman Scott holding that lead at plus 1.4. And whenever we do these updates, we never get to the bottom of the list. We always start at the top, and then we trail off.
Andrew is down there at the bottom. He's stuck 4,300 on stream, and he's having a tough time. Not really finding himself in any spots that are too good for himself.
You never get to the bottom, Doug? Your eyes don't automatically go to 1 and bottom?
Well, normally we're in the middle of saying something or reading a super chat or talking about a hand, and then we get to it late. And it's our first time.
There's a
It's
lot
our
going
first time.
on
We're
here.
hanging in there.
You guys are doing fantastic. I'm
Thank
sure
you.
all 3,200 in the chat are loving this. Not every day you get Brad and Doug on the mic. And you're going to get a lot more of that in the future, so it's a real treat when you tune into this channel, The Lodge Live. Do us a favor and hit that subscribe button and like this video so we can reach a new audience.
All kinds of flavors here in the bunker. We, of course, have the legends of the Lodge, Skull Mike and Slick Rick. But now we're going to have me, Brad, Andrew as well. And then maybe a couple other commentators from time to time, too. So all kinds of people going to be commentating here on the stream. Variety is the spice of life, and, well, it's a spicy one here at the Lodge.
How was your session today, both of you guys? Set for swim, too, here at Queens.
Lost very small. Brad, how many cards are out right now? How many cards have we?
There were so many.
It was
There were
24.
so many.
I thought you were going to.
Was that 6 players?
I thought so.
It seemed like at least 6.
People fold here? Not really.
Yeah, there's a lot of wild action in this game already. But yeah, I ended up winning about $1,000 while I was playing PLO, which is good for me. I've only really played like PLO about 5 times in my life.
Wow.
For like a proper PLO game. Played a lot of games with PLO double board bomb pots and such, but
Which is your thing now?
which is the thing now. Yeah,
Your
my
thing.
My thing.
Bomb, bomb pots. Guys, if you're in the area and you like bomb pots, head on down to the Lodge. Play with Brad for bomb pot. What was the thing we're calling it? Bomb pot?
Brad's bomb pot Friday.
Fridays?
Oh, we could have done better.
We could have done better. It was pretty lazy. It was a pretty lazy meeting.
There's already a line out the door waiting for people for that game tomorrow.
There are quite a few people on the list. Are you hopping in there, Doug?
Maybe.
That sounds like a no.
It's
Sounds like
well,
a no.
Look,
3 hearts on the board. No one's very happy
To be
right now,
honest
but
with
there
you-
is some betting.
to be honest with you, I didn't think I was playing in your game or Andrew's, and then I was talking with Thomas, and then one of the managers came over and said, "Are you going to play in this?" And I said, "Well, I wasn't playing it." And he said, "Well, there's open seats here, and the people thought you were going to play." And I said, "Well, then play it is." And I went over and I played some Pot Limit Omaha.
To be fair, your name was on that list for a while. The PLO today. It said like PLO with Andrew and Doug.
Oh, I didn't realize that.
Yeah, I think there was a miscommunication.
Sometimes that
There's a lot going on this week. We've got
There is.
the 500K guarantee, 8 starting flights for that one. I think we're going to smash the 500K guarantee if we haven't already gotten pretty close already.
We're close. I thought Doug was going to fire like 6 bullets in that tournament.
Well, then I had to play PLO, and I
There's
had to
no
do other
time.
things, and I had to play the mixed game.
But
Mixed game was awesome, by the way, last night. A lot of fun, a lot of great games, a lot of stupid games. What you would expect from a dealer's choice mixed game.
The best part of this 500K guarantee is it's going to happen every month, folks. So maybe Doug will get on the streets in February.
I'm considering trying to play tomorrow because Jake and Andrew are going to do commentary. So if I ran deep,
Oh, you're not doing commentary for tomorrow's stream?
I am. But what
Oh,
I'm
okay.
saying is there's 3 of us. So if I ran deep, then I could play.
Fire the 12 o'clock flight.
Yeah, and then apparently I would only miss about an hour and a half anyway. Because
I'm
now
about to take off. You guys are doing too good. I don't want to step on your guys' shoes. I just wanted to come in and say hi, make sure everything's going all right. And yeah, that sounds good. I'll see you guys tomorrow. And Brad, you're playing tomorrow night, right? 25-50?
Yeah, I'm hosting the Bomb Pot Fridays with Brad.
And then the stream. Then you're
And
playing
then
the stream.
firing in the 25-50, so that should be a fun stream. We've got Rampage in the house. Who else is in the lineup, Mike?
Rampage is going to be in that game. A good friend of ours, Boston Jimmy.
Jesse Sylvia is going to be
Jesse
playing as
Sylvia
well.
is going to be in that game. I have Seti in the lineup too.
Okay.
A couple people that wanted to get in on the 100-200 game. When that lineup was full, we kind of filtered into that game. So it should be a high-stakes game, exciting. I just want you to get some sleep, Brad. I don't want you to play till like 5 a.m. like you've been doing. Get some rest.
I mean, ideally, I don't get stuck piles and feel like I need to grind some of it back. So, if I could end that game with a win, that'd be pretty big, especially going into Saturday's game, which would be 100-200.
Yes.
I think there's a pretty good chance that the 2 biggest losers at the lodge this month will end up being Brad and me.
Let's
likely.
Come on, guys.
we are playing like the highest stakes games that are going to be running at the lodge. So
We need some positivity. We
I
need
have
you
to
guys
be
we
to
could also
win
be
on
the 2
Saturday.
biggest winners
I'm
too.
down, I'm down 55K at the lodge this month.
Yeah, but in the 100-200, you could
52.
easily have like a 100K swing and
Yeah.
be up
Okay.
45K.
Okay, we need this. We need
Yeah,
this spirit.
let's do that.
Yeah, we need that.
Let's do that.
Okay.
I'm only stuck like 12K.
Yeah, but a couple bullets and you would be in the mix.
I'm trying to win, Doug. I'm trying to win. We
All
do
right,
have
boys.
we
All
do
right.
have a lot of action here.
We-
Thanks a lot to Skull Mike
Yes,
coming
I'll-
in,
I'll
showing
see
us
you guys
the ropes.
tomorrow, right?
All right.
Sounds good. Thank you. Skull Mike hopping in. Made day 2 of the tournament.
With a pile of
Exciting.
chips.
That's a solid stack. Very solid stack. We do have chip counts up on the Lodge social accounts. So if you want to see what day 1 chip stacks look like, you can head over to the Lodge on social. Check out those stacks, and we should have today's up later tonight or early tomorrow morning.
Joseph Murphy, who are Doug and Brad in that IG post? Binion and Johnny Moss? Who is who? Seriously, please answer. LOL. Broke fish poker lives.
I don't think we were trying to get one specific.
No, we didn't try to recreate it exactly as that original picture was, but
We were close.
it was just kind of putting our own spin on that picture from decades ago. $4.99 from Big Box Entertainment. I've never played PLO, but it seems like hands like 5, 6, 7, 8 are actually preferred to pocket pair like Queen, Queen, Jack, 7. Is that accurate? Doug, what would you say on that?
Yeah, you want to have hands that can basically have playability with all of the cards. When you have a dangler, like in that example, the dangling card doesn't help you nearly as much. So you certainly want to have hands that play well all together. Also something to think about when you have a hand like, let's just say, King, Queen, Jack, Jack. When you hit your set of jacks, you now have a 3-card straight. So if a 10 or a 9 is out there, you have a nut straight draw to go along with your top set. So you want to have hands that play more together and are less kind of isolated and just playing for one type of thing. Jason with Jack, Jack, 9, 9, double paired hand. It's kind of nice to look at, although it is only single suited, still quite nice.
Yeah, a couple of playable hands here. Ace 10, 10, 6 with a suited ace for Fireman Scott. And 2 queens and 8 deuce of clubs. Okay, let's see what we've got here. This is the point when it goes 5-handed to the flop where we scramble to figure out who's got what. But we immediately go to top set for Jason, and it looks like he's going to be firing out. He bets 350.
Twice the chance of a set does
Swim
work out
folds
here.
his overpair. He's got 4 other opponents in the hand, so he's not feeling too good about one pair. And
Bit of a weird spot for Jordan. Does have the straight draw, the gutter, and the bottom 2, but doesn't want to be up against a monster. Or gets out of there. And I wonder, I'm not saying that it was wrong by any stretch. I have no idea how PLO works, but I do wonder when you bet sets on boards like that, if you get raised, you're going to be up against the straight quite a bit. Of course, you're a dog. Does it really?
so do you think betting a smaller amount would make sense?
I
Or-
wonder if 6-way or whatever way on the flop. What's the chance someone has that straight?
Probably pretty high when you're up
Yeah.
against
Checking might make a
4
lot of
other
sense.
opponents, I think it was.
Maybe
I
you
think it
want,
was 5-way to the flop.
maybe you want your bet range to be a little more polar. I don't know. I really don't know, guys.
We do have some big news that dropped today. Naru Organics. Is that
Naru
how you
Organics.
pronounce that?
That is correct. That is absolutely how you announce that. I'll quickly run you guys through this. So, my wife Caitlin, she's really into health-related items and skincare and all of that type of stuff. I noticed very quickly because all of my things were replaced with healthy versions of my things, which at first were a little weird and not quite as nice, but better on your skin, better for the long run. So she's been into healthy things for quite some time. And she got really tilted because she doesn't tan out in the sun. She puts self-tanner on to look tan, to get that nice tan glow without any of the skin issues that can cause. So she ended up getting to work on her own self-tanner. She spent months and months in the kitchen whipping up different recipes to make one that didn't streak, had very healthy ingredients, and all naturally derived ingredients. And she did an amazing job. I'm actually kind of shocked how great of a job she did. I have smelled and seen so many of these different products, and I really do believe that ours is the best by a lot. Now, I'm also going to be realistic. We're getting into the beauty market. So, of course, companies spend millions and millions of dollars to compete. I understand we might get crushed by the massive corporate conglomerates. But the reality is our product is simply the best that I've seen in the space. She did an awesome job of working on that for months. I'm very proud of her. And we just started selling some units. I know that this is probably 98% men or 95% men on the stream. So it's not really a great target audience to be talking about this. But I did want to talk about it briefly because, well, I love my wife. And she did an amazing job. And we have an awesome product. So if you want to look tan without those nasty chemicals or harmful sun rays, head on over to naruorganics.com and get your tan on today. I'm going to have to start getting my tan on. I'm looking pretty pale here. Okay, back to some poker. Thank you for that, by the way. Nice.
Yeah, and that goes into our super chat here. Timothy Erickson, $4.99. Doug, can we get a promo code for your wife's new self-tanning product? That's what prompted that.
I think we're running a discount on the site right now. Are we or are we not? Promo code. Let me talk to the team. If there is, I'll tweet something out in the next day or two. But it is $49 a unit, so it's the price point, and you can check it out on naruorganics.com.
Jim Fry coming into the chat, dropping $20 and some knowledge. While it is not exactly known where the term wheel comes from, it is thought to have somehow come from the popular bicycle brand playing cards made by the United States Playing Card Company. There you go. Texas by way of Detroit, Bianca, $9.99 in the super chat. Mike, did you bag? Mike did bag. He bagged 450,000 chips. What did people start with?
We should know this.
Yeah.
We should know this.
I thought this was
We're
going to be like
owners
a
here.
layup for you. I was just trying to hand you
why
the
would
ball.
you just throw that to me? You don't even know.
I haven't played it.
I haven't played it either.
Yeah, but I felt like you should know more.
Why? You just took a question that would make us look good that you didn't know and gave it to me to look bad instead.
Yeah.
I think it's got to be around 50, right?
I honestly thought that you would know, like, right off the cuff.
Well, I'm sorry to let you down. I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
I'm just saying I didn't try to set you up.
50-ish?
So a lot of people are saying Sharon's here to save us, bail us out. Sharon Barth, 40K.
40K.
Thank you very much. So Mike bagged a little over 10K. Or sorry, 10x. 10x starting
10x.
stacks, what I meant to say.
Right over 10x.
So good for Mike. I think he is guaranteed to be in the money, and hopefully he crushes. Good luck to Mike.
Everyone that makes it through the day one is in the money, right? That's the way they do it. They play down a percentage of field, so everyone's in the money, I think, right? Or no? I think so.
Does Brad plan on reading any comments other than super chats? Well, that one wasn't a super chat, Gary, and I read that. But yeah, we are trying to balance doing this PLO commentary and then also acknowledging everybody who donates money. Sometimes doing the two are tough, so I want to make sure I get to the super chats first because they're kind enough to support the stream with their wallets.
Absolutely, but these people are supporting the stream with their eye bulbs and their ears, so let's give them the goods. And we've got Ace, King, Queen, 8, single suited to the King for swim. He popped him, making 9:35 to go. Jordan comes in over the top with the Jack 9, 8, 5 double suited. Has the most equity, actually, of... How can this hand have 4%? Okay, there's two... How can it have 4%?
2 of the queens are accounted for.
He's just dead.
1 king is accounted for.
Those might as well just be napkins. You could just put little sandwiches up there.
Should I fix you some sandwiches?
Saw the sandwiches.
We haven't seen too many all-ins pre-flop. We saw Andrew get it in earlier and chop the pot.
Dog, let's go with the king, queen, 6.
Eli makes a quick fold, and Swim is going to make the call here, so we are going to get some action. And the only question now is once or twice.
Someone's going to need to run this as many times as possible because apparently he's drawing almost dead. This is worse than a gutter.
I mean, this is a spot that's confusing to me where Swim has higher spades, higher cards in general. It's not like Jordan's hand is, I mean, it is double suited.
If an 8 hits, he's out. Well, look, if it's 85%, he's going to win one of these almost certainly, and he's probably going to win both. So let's just take a look and see if that happens.
I guess he's just going to make a straight so often, or diamonds. And
Looking like the math checks out with a Jack 9-8 flop, 3 on the turn, 5 on the river. That one's going to the Jack 9-8 5. Jordan wins the first half. Swim hoping to get the second. Oh, little fist pump. Oh, a little fist pump here for Jordan. Was it just they just run it once? Just one time, it looks like. All right. And that works out. Okay, aggression frequency. This is how often players are aggressive relative to calling actions. So bet and raise actions, I believe, divided by total actions. Something like that. Josh the Whale and Jordan, 40% most aggressive. Firing it off does make sense. We've seen Jordan get into some spots. Dog and Eli, bottom of the rankings, playing more conservative. That definitely checks out too. So that seems to be par for the course. Straddles are back on 5, 5, 10, 20, 40. Sorry, 5, 5, 10, 20, 40, 80. 5, 5, 10, 20, 40, 80. Yep. Stakes have gone up slightly.
Matt Kiefer in the chat. Brad Owen and Doug Polk for president. Is that it? That's just a tandem thing?
Yeah. Yeah. You know what? You can have. We'll chop up the week.
Sure.
I'd like weekends off. If that's cool.
I was gonna ask for weekends off.
Oh.
We can do every other weekend.
it's like we're divorced with kids.
Yeah.
I'll take every second weekend of every month.
Joseph Murphy says, respond to my super chat, please, so I can go watch Joe Millionaire. You ever seen Joe Millionaire? Sorry, some of these chats get a little bit buried. Oh, it's $5 from Joseph Murphy. Did you guys know Tammy Moss and Priscilla Binion launched the first all-organic self-tanning lotion back in 1967? So you're not even the first, person in poker to launch a self-tanning product.
What was the name?
Tammy Moss and Priscilla Binion. I imagine Johnny Moss's wife and
Yeah. Clearly.
Wow, did you know about this?
They're trolling you. They're trolling you. It's a troll.
Damn it. I wanted that to be true so bad.
I'm sorry.
Okay. Brad, when will you be on the East Coast next? Would love to attend a meetup game in the New Jersey area. Will Doug be making any of those meetup trips? You know, right now we're really focused on being out here at the lodge, and I'm excited to come back as often as I can. So nothing in the New Jersey area at the moment, but that could always change.
And I'm not going to be doing any meetup game trips. I'm going to be here in Austin holding down the fort. I guess holding down the bunker at the lodge.
Andrew Neeme's got a playable hand. Ace, King, 10-8 with suited king, and we're seeing a flop.
10-7-4. Top pair, top kicker for Andrew. I want to give a little credit to Jordan for being in the mix. Some players, they're more in the mix than other players. Jordan firmly in the mix. Been
Yeah.
a lot of hands.
There's been a lot of hands, a lot of all-ins, tons of action. I don't know, when you sign up for 5-5-10, you don't always know that it's going to be a 5-5-10, 20, 40, 80, 160, 320, 640 some hands.
By the way, we need to give a like number for overtime. So let's do this. We've got 3K people watching. Okay, if we get to 1.5 thousand likes, this thing's going to head into overtime. Hit that thumbs up button and get us into...
And the game is tied. We're going to overtime.
Overtime here at the Lodge. 1.5 thousand likes for a little extra action from this PLO game. And let's be honest, who doesn't love seeing 7 straddles? I know I do.
I think that's the first time I've seen it on stream in quite a while, where you see it get all the way back to the small blind to act first. SC asks, Brad Owen, what does it feel like to lose to Doug Polk in an all-in hand? His smart-ass grin would be engraved into my head, and I would have nightmares. Well, it's not fun. It's not fun to lose an all-in, especially for 20K. I think that's the biggest all-in I've ever lost at that point. So, thanks for bringing that up. But yeah, Doug asked me if I wanted to run it once or twice. I said, let's do it once for the stream, once for blood. And Doug came out on top. So we ran it, and Doug was, I believe, a 57% favorite on that one. So he got it in good, and it held. And
it was King 9. That would be a nice hand on this board.
Yeah.
Shout out to Mark Becker, $10 super chat. Doug, 15% off self-tanner currently, and what a better place to advertise your product.
This is
as a Valentine's Day gift for your wives. Absolutely true.
There's a big hand brewing here. We've got Eli with the nuts and Josh the Whale with Trip Kings himself. So,
and the final aces must be dead because this is just already checkmark territory for...
the degree all-in checkmark.
It is. King 9 will win this hand. I guess in PLO, you know so many cards that are dead that it's way easier to know. Well, the equities will be way less close together because you know what cards are left, right? Like if you only had one card left, it would be 100 or 0. You would already know. So the ace king 3 here is just not live in any capacity. There's no ace left. I don't see how you can fold this, though. You've got 3 of a kind. You've got the top kicker. You might think you could improve occasionally. If your opponent's bluffing you, you're ahead. Your opponent could, in theory, be value betting the same hand, or maybe even king-queen. And Josh the Whale just bumped it up. 1.1 thousand to go. Over to Eli. This is a spot I would strongly recommend calling.
Eli doesn't have that much in his stack.
I still think you want to call because if Eli had, let's just say, ace-king or king-queen type of hands.
And Eli, yeah, he has the flush draw to go along with it, huh? Did you mention that?
I did.
He looks like he rips it, and Josh makes the quick call with the nuts.
Did he call or is he thinking about it?
Well, how could he not be? What?
Josh doesn't have the nuts.
Or sorry.
Josh has ace-king.
Yeah, sorry, I was getting these two hands
Oh,
confused.
that's okay. That's all right. I don't like this from Eli. I think by jamming, you give Josh a chance of being able to fold. He doesn't. He's going to get the bad news. Yep, the bad news.
Yeah.
Maybe he just wants to make sure if his opponent does have a hand like ace-king that
They're
he doesn't
running
leave
it
money.
twice, but as you can see, it doesn't matter here. Eli with the check mark. No more aces left in the deck.
Anyway, as I was saying, though, I think maybe the logic here for jamming the king 9 is you don't want to leave your opponent a chance to get away on a card like a diamond or a jack or a queen or a 10. Those cards, obviously, they could have improved. Maybe by jamming here, you make sure you pick up a strong king value anyway. And if you occasionally fold a bluff, that's fine because you make sure to capitalize on your opponent when they do have a hand that can call your jam. I still think I like call better, but I can understand the logic there from Eli and wanting to make sure that he gets paid off with whatever his opponent does have when you have the nuts. Here we go, VVIPs. Jordan in the lead, 52%. Swim a loose aggressive 41%, Eli 38, Josh 36, Jeff 33, Andrew 33, Fireman Scott 30, Cobbler Dog 30, and Jason's only played 16% of hands, and I believe he got stacked with the second nuts in one of those, so rough time running card dead. When you do play, they're hitting their outs. One of those days at the PLO table for Jason.
We've got 3,400 people watching right now. Thanks a lot for tuning
Very
in.
nice.
Let's hit those like buttons if you want to see Andrew take down a big pot.
And if they want,
Send him some run good.
we need 1,500 likes for overtime. We got to keep the formatting.
What are we at right now?
It was 600, and let's see what people get. 1.1K. Wow, guys, you really came through in the clutch there. Only 400 more likes for overtime.
And the game is tied. We're going to overtime.
Under the lights. I think we do that.
From Slick Rick.
Yeah.
Dave Griffiths, $4.99. Doug, what is your bad beat that sticks in your mind the most?
Bad beat that sticks in my mind the most.
Oh, shoot. Okay, I got a $9.99 donation. Shout out to Doug, Brad, and Andrew for being so friendly and chatting with all of us at the lodge. Brad, be sure to check out Mackinac, Iowa, and just not in March. So I believe that's in Michigan. I remember we had that conversation the other day. Thanks again for reminding me. I was trying to think about it, but apparently it's a pretty cool little destination out there. Little destination island. Skull Mike, $9.99, not just a commentator, but also a generous viewer of the YouTube stream, even when he's not in the bunker. Monthly Monster Week is like Christmas 12 times a year. If you missed this week, start booking your flights for February. That's right, we've got the biggest monthly guarantee in the entire world, as far as I've been told. So be sure to check that out. We're going to crush the guarantee. We have 8 starting flights, and we're 4 flights in, and if we haven't gotten the guarantee already, we've got to be pretty close. All right, we're going 3 ways to the flop here. King Jack 3 Rainbow Skittles. It's my first time saying that.
There you go.
You're here for a milestone moment, guys.
And we have middle set for Fireman Scott. 91% to win this hand. And we better hope someone's got something. Ace on the turn. This could get kind of interesting. Josh the Whale does have the queens, which block the nuts. Queen 10. Could be the kind of spot where you would consider making a move, trying to represent that you have the nuts straight. And he's going to go ahead and go for it. We'll see what the bet is. Looks like it's going to be probably a round pot. 260 on the turn. Fireman Scott not going to fold turn. You have a set, can improve to a boat versus the straight, and then if your opponent's bluffing, you also win. But Josh is setting up a spot to be able to bluff the river. Not a lot of rivers are going to change this board. It either pairs or doesn't. It does not. Fireman Scott not going to be happy to see that. And now, will he decide to fire the river with these queens? It's the perfect hand. You do not... Your opponent's way less likely to have Queen 10 because you have Queen 10. You don't want the Jack, to be totally honest with you. You want your opponent to have more chance of having some kind of two-pair set. However, you do have the queens. He's firing the river. He bets the pot. 860 to go, and he gets the fold. Josh the Whale jumping in there with just the queens and getting 3 of a kind to lay it down. Removal effect in full force here at the pot limit Omaha table.
It's got to feel pretty good.
It does. Always nice to get one through. Okay, here we go. Let's get all these in. Josh the Whale up almost $5,000. Eli joins the big winners up 4K. Few players in the 1K territory. Jason's down 1.6. So I'm already down $4,000. And our big loser tonight.
Our boy, Andrew Neeme. It hurts. I'm going to root for him. I know.
Okay, you know
Doug,
what?
Doug
You know
wants
what?
us.
I didn't want to root against other members, but...
We're just rooting for Andrew. We're not rooting against.
Yeah, but you kind of are.
Yeah.
What are you going to do?
Seems fair.
I hope that he wins from no one at the table. Okay, we'll root for Andrew. A homie, a partner, all-around great dude. The pioneer of vlogging, poker vlogging as we see today. We'll root for the guy.
And the creator of meetup games. You know, that was really his idea. There's some other people, who've done similar type things in the past, but Andrew's idea to really bring it to the level that it's at now, and so it's been fun to be his business partner in those, and then now the three of us with the lodge. So very, very excited to keep doing these type of events, keep doing these streams. I think we got to implement some more tournament stuff, the three of us, going forward. I want to kind of improve my tournament game a little bit. I think that'd be a lot of fun. Sammy Ubran, $4.99 super chat. Brad, next Saturday is my B-day. Help me convince my husband Dustin to let me come to the meetup game at Hustler next Saturday. I'm just envisioning Sammy locked away in some kind of basement, and she's like, all I want to do is go to this meetup game at the Hustler. And the husband's like, no, you can stay locked in this basement.
What? Is that what it says? Or did you make that up? What? Okay. All right. Well, that was a convincing argument. If that can't sway him, I don't think anything will.
Yeah, let her out. Let her come. Let her come to the Hustler, both of you. Hope to see you both there. If not, maybe come to the next lodge event.
Jeff's got the queen, 5-5.
Ooh, nice hand for Andrew. Sorry.
Bumps it up. Double paired aces. Ace, 8-8.
All right. See, as soon as Doug starts rooting for Andrew, he picks up a big hand.
You think that's related?
Well, given that this is on a delay, I don't.
Don't break the third wall?
Yeah,
What's
sure,
the-
yeah. I know what you're saying.
Given that these hands are live at the lodge, I absolutely phoned it in. No, well, maybe you shouldn't say that either. Good for Andrew. He's got the
Let's
aces.
see what happens.
Let's see what happens. We're pros at this, I think. We're really good at commentating. That's clear.
Yeah, I mean, for Andrew, I think he double straddled in this pot and was able to put in the 3-bet. And, some people might just look like he's trying to steal it.
King, 6, deuce. Andrew avoids the pain and suffering of 2 set draws.
And he's got 2 hearts with the ace of hearts, so he's in great shape here.
I think he should consider a check on the flop. I don't know how to play pot limit Omaha, but this seems, if there's going to be a spot to check, this feels like maybe it.
Yeah, I mean, the stack to pot ratio is pretty small here, so it wouldn't be too hard to get all the money in, or you'd at least like to induce a bluff. That's my thought.
Small bet seems fine too. Seems good too.
But yeah, good to see him take one
Monster
down, and
pot,
that's
though.
actually it is actually a pretty big pot, a 3-bet pot with a double straddle on. So
Sure.
good to see Andrew take one down, and I think everybody's likes helped as well.
The likes definitely help. Now you're talking. I think maybe just a couple hundred more likes might really get this thing going for Andrew.
If people subscribe, I can't even imagine how well Andrew's going to do.
Do you think the
on this stream.
subscribing would help Andrew win?
I think it's heavily correlated.
That does make sense. So I guess what you're saying is if people would like to see Andrew win, they would hit the subscribe button right now and join the Lodge team for Andrew.
Not only for Andrew, but we're going to be putting up some exclusive content, Doug, Andrew, and myself. And we just filmed some things today that I'm pretty excited to share with you guys.
Some great bits. I cannot wait to see what those look like after they make it out of the editing room. Very serious stuff in these bits.
Mm-hmm.
All right, cobbler dog. What's a cobbler dog?
I'm just envisioning like a peach cobbler.
But a dog.
I don't know.
Okay, so you know
That's where I get lost.
so basically, your response there is, I know what a peach cobbler is.
Yeah.
Okay, that's good. That is one of the 2 words. And you know what a dog is.
Yeah.
It's probably a Texas thing.
Yeah. It's got to be something from
Kangs
from this
here.
area.
Eli.
Kangs.
Kangs.
How about them Cowboys?
Did you ask me, Kangs, to set up the soundboard?
I didn't. I did not, but I
You're
just.
supposed to press this one.
My name's right I did.
Nice. That would have been the play.
Why do we have 2 Yabba Dabba Doos? What's the difference?
One is not enough. We got to test that out. That one's good, but is it good enough?
Yabba, dabba, do.
That one sounds like a very perverted yabba dabba do. I don't know if I'm ever going to press that button again. Doug immediately reaches to...
Well, I was going to press one button, but that didn't make sense, so I'm just going to press this one.
Hey, rude. Jeffrey Klein, $10. I will be there tomorrow. Can't wait to check out the room. Where's the list to play the stream? So Skull Mike handles the stream list. He handles the lineup, does an awesome job, and he's been a little bit overwhelmed. I think that in the next couple days, it's tough to get anybody new in there, but perhaps he can get you on as an alternate. You can check out our website where you can actually apply to get on stream. So
Skull Mike runs the lineups, and he does a phenomenal job. He sets all of these tailor-made, and you can tell he cares about who's in it, what that will be like for the viewers, trying to make sure he works as many players in as he can, keeping it with a nice variety of players and action and table talk. And this guy really cares about ensuring that the Lodge has the best possible quality stream. If you reach out to Skull Mike, he will do his absolute best to try and get you in the lineup. If he can, he's doing a great job here at the Lodge.
we got an update from Sammy, $4.99, sending this from my basement, send help, laughing face emoji. So hopefully we'll see you at the Hustler. If we see you there, then we won't be too concerned, but if we don't, then absolutely we will send you help. Hopefully you can hang tight for until February 5th and 6th. Charlie, $5. Ain't no party like a Neeme party because a Neeme party don't stop. That's right. We're going into overtime tonight, I believe. We did cross that threshold, correct?
Did we?
And the game is tied. We're going to overtime.
Did you check?
I didn't. I just assumed.
We're just killing it. We're at 1.4, Brad. We still need 100 likes.
Okay.
Take it back.
Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained?
Hit the like button if you're entertained. Let's get into overtime.
Okay.
How much do you think the like button helps, by the way? Think it helps a lot?
In what capacity?
Well, I mean, in two capacities. One, the YouTube channel, and then two, Andrew Neeme getting better cards.
I'm not sure about the YouTube channel. I think liking and subscribing doesn't really have an effect on the channel or the videos themselves. But in terms of Andrew being able to win tonight, I think it helps tremendously.
Helps, yeah.
And I think if you care about Andrew, you're going to hit the like button and support the stream and support Andrew. Okay, Swim takes it down. Swim, I think, Swim strikes me as the kind of player who's pretty in the mix on PLO in terms of solver, maybe not solver-approved strategies, but correct strategies and some general ideas. Seems to have a real good grasp on the game. I like some of the plays I've seen from him. He seems to be playing loose, but doing it in a smart way. I like Swim's game. I think Swim's playing some strong pilot in Omaha. I liked the bluff that we saw from Jeff with the queens. I think that was a well put together bluff. I like the action we're seeing from Jordan. He's putting himself in some spots to win some big pots, and he was down a bunch early, and he managed to win some back with that nice hand where he had the Jack 9 8-5. So a lot of great play from the players today. A lot of good action.
Guess what?
Did we do it?
We did it. Little delay here. We'll just go back to this one.
And the game is tied. We're going to overtime.
Brad just pressed the same button on the soundboard twice. Neither time it went, and he looked confused, but he went back to basics. Back to basics. Aces for Eli. Aces with a little connectivity on the wheel, and also single suit. Jacks for Jeff.
There's no right way to play jiggities, so it doesn't matter what I do.
And it's a jack high flop! That's exactly how you play the jiggities. However, we have big hand for Josh here. Rainbow flop, Skittles. King, Queen, 10 makes a straight on the King, Queen, 10 or 8. Very strong wrap here on the rainbow flop. Don't have to worry about getting against flush draws that have a bunch of your equity covered. Aces, not the board you're hoping for, but Eli will make the call. Maybe looking to navigate the turn and river depending on what he gets. Maybe a little low card of the turn. He's going to have a pretty strong hand. Cobbler Dog, not too much. Probably going to lay down. And Josh the Whale decides to just... Wait, did he bet? Sorry, did I? Josh bet. Okay, so Josh bet. Now over to Jeff with the top set. Okay, now I see. What will Jeff do? He's got the nuts. He pops it. 775 to go. Looks to be roughly pot. Probably is pot, I imagine. Back over to Josh with the wrap. Makes the call. Aces gets out of the way. I wonder if Aces... Tough spot with Aces. I feel like maybe even just folded the bet. Tough spot. It sucks when you have Aces and then the flop is just awful for you. Not that this is terrible, terrible. 5 on the turn. 2 clubs out there now. Josh the Whale has the king high flush draw. He's got the wrap and the king high flush draw. 42% equity against the nuts top set. Josh checks it over to Jeff. Jeff's going to just quickly bet the pot, 1.9K. And you know Josh is going to have to call. And this is going to turn into one of those weird pot limit Omaha spots where Josh...
Wow, there's an all-in and a call, looks like.
Jams. Okay. I stand corrected. That is a check raise. All-in, huge pot. This is our biggest pot of the night. $12.4 thousand in the middle. They're going to run it twice. He needs a king, queen, 10, or 8, or club. Or the set of jacks will take it down. Queen! That is a queen! First run goes to Josh. He gets there. Nuts on the river. Run number 2 coming up. Or are they going 3 times or 2? 7. Chop it up. Top set manages to get the hold here on the second board. I'm sure this top set feels it was fair.
Good point.
He said, yeah, you know what, that's fair. Top set, let's chop it up.
Well, after that first
Here
run,
we
I
have,
think
by
he's
the
got to
way,
be feeling pretty good just to get some money.
Beautiful view of the lodge. All of the cash games popping today. Very busy room right now, actually. I don't know how many cash games we have going. I imagine 15 or 20, and then of course a bunch of tournaments as well. If you want to play in a $500,000 guarantee tournament, that will probably be much more. You head on down to the lodge. We're still accepting fights right now, or is it too late? We should probably look at a tournament structure format before we get on.
We need to get that down, yeah.
Come play this tournament. We don't know what the stacks are or when it starts.
Okay, it looks like I think we may have had a quick issue with the stream, but it looks like it's back up now.
All right, nice. Andrew.
That's our boy.
That's
Let's
your
go,
legs.
Andrew.
Chat, this is because of you. We channeled your energy. Ace Jack 10-9. Nice little PLO hand for Andrew. Nut diamonds. A lot of connectivity.
If you're just tuning in, I believe Andrew's in for about 6K here. So he's down a little bit of money on stream. And let's see if you guys hitting that like button is going to pay off.
Fireman Scott looking at Rick and Mike on the button, I think. 7-4-4. Pretty brick flop here. Josh does connect with the 7. Andrew is going to fire out a continuation bet. 1:15 to go.
Fireman Scott's got the best hand, but he can't be feeling super confident with just the pocket 8s.
Let's it go. And Andrew takes down. Nice little continuation bet, winning the pot here for Andrew. And even though your opponents have a lot of cards, still most likely they did not connect with that board, especially the low cards, a bit less likely. Got to be willing to sometimes take a gamble. Josh the Whale leading the way here, plus 4.9. Eli second place, plus 3.7. Few people up a few $100s. Jordan, Jason, Andrew, and Swim all down. Andrew's now moving to second to last place, only down 3.3K. Swim, the big loser now tonight, minus 3.5 thousand potatoes. in our 5, 5, 10, 20, 40 game, which is what the stakes will be here. I think Jordan is straddling. Yeah, I believe that's a straddle. Kings for Jason.
How about them Cowboys?
That's right. How about them Cowboys? Josh the Whale, 3 aces. Ugh. Can't feel great about that. Do you want me to do the talking? You can just man the soundboard.
That'd be great.
I'm the best! The best! Yes! The best! Yes!
I like
The
that
best!
soundbite.
It goes on for a while. Aces 3 bets, 1.1k. Some folds. Back over to the Kings. These are tough spots with Kings. In Hold'em, you can just roll with it, and if you're beat, you're beat. But in PLO, a lot more likely your opponent could have the aces. And makes sense to sometimes just go for the call. Another tough aspect of this is going to be out of position, which will be very helpful for the aces. With these aces, you can do this kind of play on short stacks, but as it gets deeper, you kind of want to avoid this play. Unless you're going to hit top boat. Wow, case ace on the flop. Sets the trap. I like it. You know your opponent can't have hit that ace because you have all the aces.
Jason just has a pot size bet left in his stack, so you can check this.
I don't think there's much of a way to get any value here. Jason is going to be aware that if Josh had aces, he absolutely can trap the flop. The check is a little bit strange.
I mean, when you have all 4 aces accounted for.
The thing is, though, Jason can just have an ace here. When he goes check on the flop, he's not going to be inclined to just bet an ace. Maybe occasionally ace-king, but he's not going to be very inclined to bet it. So for 300 bucks, very small turn bet, he can make the call. But if we see a jam here on the river, which I think is pretty likely, there's just no way that...
Do you think there's any chance Jason turns his hand into a bluff with the king high? No.
No, don't think so. These 3-bet spots in PLO, it's just so much more likely that they have ace-ace than a no limit that you don't want to get crazy on these boards. You just kind of can't. Your opponent's just so likely to have top boat. So likely. I think the size here from Josh is almost perfect. Because by betting this size, he's making it so cheap, it's going to be tempting to call. And he gets the call. Wow, this was really well played, I think, from Josh. He picked sizes that made a lot of sense knowing his opponent can't have top pair. And he managed to extract just about maximum value here in a situation that, yeah, it's good. You have top boat. You know you're going to win. But it's kind of hard to make much. He managed to pick some perfect bet sizes that really targeted what his opponent had, and he reaps the rewards. Nicely done there. Of course, it's also nice to have the kind of situations where you have the top boat. That's really where the best poker is played. Top boat situations. The most enjoyable poker. Let's see. Chat, do you guys like playing top boat? One in the chat if you love top boat. If you really don't, you can press 2. Okay. Next hand is on. Straddles are out. Jordan's putting the 40 on. 5, 10, 5, 10, 20, 40. It's going to be the stakes for this hand. Jeff shovels the cards around. Takes a peek. makes the raise. Here's the call. I can't quite tell. Could be either. King, king, 10, deuce. Double suited. You don't love having the dangler with the deuce, but double suited kings is always going to be a raise. Makes it 160 to go. Queen, queen, 9-5.
ladies!
7-7-6-5 for Eli. Ace, king, 10-7 for Swim. Let's take a flop. 500 bucks roughly out there. Ace, 8-4. 2 hearts. Kings. Not pumped now. Ace out there, easily beat. It's tough. It's tough to see that, but
You can't handle the truth!
we're going to find out if he can, actually. Swim with the ace, king, 10-7. Flop checks through. Now on the deuce turn.
Eli picks up the double gutter, but he's got some of his own outs. He checks, swim bets 375. Over to Jeff with second pair and a pair of deuces.
I just think that Kings is going to have to let this one go. It's just a horrible, horrible spot. Wait, swim bet and no. Nope, something else happened here. Eli bet. Okay, that makes some sense. Yeah, he's got a lot of connectivity in this area.
But he bricks it, and Swim's got the check mark. Let's see if
Ace King is quite excited for this river, by the way, because even though it's, of course, possible you lose, all the draws brick, less likely your opponent has a set or 2 pair. I think Swim might sniff this one out. Eli fires the river. Let's see what we're looking at. 700 bucks. Smaller bet.
it's kind of an interesting sizing because it seems like he almost wants to get the call here.
It's kind of a weird size to me because if you had a better hand, you think you'd want to go a bit bigger. What's he saying with this thin bet? Ace 8 maybe? Swim makes the call. Nice call from Swim. Shows the ace king down. It will win. I like how Swim played that. He really figured out what his opponent was up to. Thought it over. He made the right call. Collects the pot. Nicely played. To give Eli a little credit, we did see him use some smaller bets in the ace's hand. So he's certainly capable of making some of these bets. I mean, that one was a little bit bigger at 55% pop, but he's certainly capable of making some bets that are maybe a little smaller than normal and having good hands. But at the same time, it does feel a little weird to me because if you bet that river, there's some spots in no limit hold'em that are like that, where when the board pairs and you do bet, you're quite polar. You're really saying that you have trips or a boat, or you're bluffing. And in a lot of those spots, it makes sense to use a bigger size, especially if your opponent's range is relatively capped in how often they have those trips. In doing so, you can bluff more often. And the optimal size in all those situations is quite big because you're going to want to try and win as much money as you can when you have those very good hands.
We might be doing a $500 PLO bomb pot or double board bomb pot, I imagine. Maybe this is a flip. This is probably a flip.
Someone said this is, they called this something today, a horse race or a race-off. I think gambling is happening. Well, let me rephrase that. I know gambling is happening, but I think pure gambling, pure flip might be happening.
Looks like we've got all but one participating in this, so.
Oh no, Cobbler, you got to get in there.
So this is going to be, it says 4.5K, but I think this is a 4K pot. I don't think Cobbler's dealt in.
I believe you're correct. Everyone's getting some lucky stuff. Couple cards shown for power here from Jordan, the Jack and the 6.
Kind of surprised to see any cards flipped over at this point. A lot of the times when they do these flips, they'll flip them over one at a time in succession to see.
Enough cards for you here, Brad? Luckily, we're not nine-handed.
32 cards.
I gotta say, it's lucky that we're not nine-handed.
All right. Let's see what we've
Someone
got.
already mucked it.
Oh, wow. Jason with flops a boat and takes down a 4K pot.
So I have a little bit of a complaint with the flips. When you get the paired boards, they're just the shit flips because you either have the 4 or you don't. I feel like when you get a nice board, like, let me give you an example. Jack 10, 6, 4, double suited, river face down, let everyone see what they have, and then that river can change the world. Almost anything can happen. Either flush, it could pair, it could... all the straights that are possible. Any card makes a straight, basically. Any card, pretty much. I think it's best to get boards like the polar boards where you either have it or you don't. Just not the best. Just not the best flip boards. The flush boards, the paired boards. The dynamic boards make the best flips. The most sweat.
Should we have him run it back?
I
with a
don't
different
think
board?
that Jason is.
Should we pick the board first, have him deal the cards, and then
Wow.
we'll see how it goes?
That's actually not a bad idea.
I know. We're coming up with a lot of really good stuff here at the lodge.
Jack 10, 6, 4. We put that out there, and then we deal with people.
Yeah. We could do a mystery river still. Yeah, obviously.
You have to do mystery
Yeah.
river. There's no other way to play it. By the way, once again, a look at the room. Vibrant, busy. A lot of people coming down to the lodge this week.
So Andrew and I, we've really only seen it like this. You know, we did we did come in Sunday to see how it was, kind of just on a more normal day, but Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and now Thursday, it's been packed the entire time. So the staff's done a really awesome job, and it's just been fun with all the energy, all the meetup game stuff, the 500K guarantee, a lot going on at the lodge, and we're expecting to do a lot more stuff, even bigger events going forward.
I like that you came on Monday to see a regular day, and we probably had 2.5, 3 times many tables as normal.
But that was Sunday that we came on the regular day.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
That's right, Sunday. Okay, so maybe you got a bit more taste of it that day.
Yeah. There were still quite a few tables going on. I mean, anytime that I look on Poker Atlas, there's always way more
There's a lot of
tables going on
games.
here than anywhere else in the city.
Well worded. We're going to do our best to continue to be the premier place to play poker in Austin, Texas. Round Rock, Texas. However you want to.
I think Austin area seems fair.
Austin area. I like that. Austin area. Okay. Swim. Ace 10, 7, 6 double suited. He's going to make the call. Eli 8, 7, 6, 4. Joshua Queen, Jack 3. Queen, Jack 3. Little dangler. I know 4 terms in PLO. I've used them all 15 times by this point. And it's a good flop for the...
There's no right way to play jiggity, so it doesn't matter what I do.
No, I think you botched that one.
Okay. Why don't you show me how it's done here?
Well, it just didn't quite go because you said there's. Well, how did you say it? What did you ask?
We don't all work full time with the soundboard. Some of us are. It's amateur hour, you know.
So we were asked, is Brad and Doug is the 100-200 tomorrow or Saturday? We'll be playing 25-50 tomorrow. I'll be playing it. Doug will be either making day 2 of the tournament for the first part of that stream, or he'll be in the commentary with Andrew and Jake. And then 100-200 is Saturday, and that's going to be a massive game. When's the last time you played a game with that high of stakes? 100-200, full ring.
Oh, full ring.
I guess you played high stakes at the Poker Go studio. I remember seeing you
Yeah,
for
I
that.
played high stakes poker. I don't even remember what the blinds were on that.
I think it was maybe 200, 400 with some straddles.
Some antes. That sounds right. I've mainly played 200, 400. I played that versus Daniel. I played that on poker, high stakes poker. So I played that big a decent amount. But I haven't played big in a while.
Yeah,
though, so I mean, I didn't play anything before this month really in a while. So
you're back in the lab studying pre-flop ranges for full ring.
Yeah, you can only get stacked in the full ring game so many times before you question a few things and you check out a chart or two. So full disclosure, I have looked at some ranges pre-flop, what to raise, things like that.
This is a rare no straddle hand. Andrew raises it up with ace 8, 7, 6, 2 hearts.
Okay.
Flops top pair, and then
Ace, king, queen, flush draw.
so the small blind leads out here. Interesting.
Well, it's going to work. Andrew just folds his top pair. I think with the backdoor nut flush draw, a float seems somewhat... Oh, this multi-way? Sorry.
I don't see the other opponent in the hand.
They went bet call. Okay, three-way. This makes more sense. Yeah, okay. I like it. Seems prudent. And Jordan with the top pair gutter and flush draw. Jack high flush draw makes the call once again. Eli's getting kind of out of line here. Pro lead.
I think he's just playing that jack quite a bit. Just saying.
Yeah, I think you want to have either 2 jacks or 2 tens for this kind of play. I'm not even sure how much you'd want to be leading, but it's a bold move, Cotton. Let's see if it pays off for him.
Little dodgeball reference there.
Yeah, why not? Deuce on the river. Eli's loading up the 3rd bullet. And he fires. 650. Wow, Jordan lets it go, and Eli takes it down. And let tonight be a lesson. Bluffing can be pretty good in PLO, especially when the board doesn't change. Look for your spots, guys. Can absolutely get people to make some folds. Not that I think his fold was bad there with the brick flush draw on the top pair. I think it's kind of standard, but with the jack in your hand, you might want to think things over a bit. It's kind of better to have a jack than a set there, I think, because your opponent's really saying they have jack 10 or nothing. I don't think he's going to have aces pre-flop. I don't think he's going to be taking this line with queens. So feels like it might be better to have a jack there than even some of the higher sets. In that scenario, maybe you want to lean towards a call. But then you also have to ask, you have the jack of clubs in your hand. It seems like that would be a pretty likely bluff candidate. So maybe just that card alone is not worth it. Andrew, aces. Pocket aces.
I mean, I get it. When you hear someone say pocket aces, it does seem weird. But
Yeah. Pocket aces and queen 8 offsuit. Raises it up. Ace jack suited with 9-3 off. Makes the call. King queen offsuit with 10-3 offsuit also calls. Jack 9 offsuit with 7-6 offsuit.
we're just calling it as their 2 hold'em hands. Is that what we're doing?
I guess.
Skull Mike says soundboard training course will be available on Upswing in the near future.
We actually need that.
Yeah.
Stat. Help. Yeah, we need that. After looking at that soundboard again.
So what do we got here? We have swim with top 2 pair. He's facing a bet from Eli, who's got just a gutter.
What's Andrew going to do here with the gutter to the nuts and aces? Just lets it go.
There's so many opponents in the hand, so I imagine just one pair and no backdoor draws, as far as I could tell. He's not in a spot that he's loving. Swim boats up.
He's got the boat. I wonder if he considers a check here. I
Oh,
feel
Eli
like
had the spade draw. Okay.
if you have the kings or the sixes, it's nice to bet because you unblock the 10. But with the king 10, it feels like a pretty reasonable trap hand. I think he's out of position though. He does check, check. Bets the river 300. Eli snaps it. Oh wait, no, he folded. Sorry. Yeah, it doesn't make sense to snap it off with the nothing ball. Don't snap with air, guys.
We need another all-in. Let's get one of those.
That we do. Five, 5, 10, 20.
Cobbler Dog, he's had kind of a slow night. He hasn't gotten involved too much.
Yeah, he had a couple big hands out of the gate that he got in there on, and then since then he's played pretty conservatively. Still want to know what a cobbler dog is. But chat, can someone in the chat please explain what a cobbler dog is to me? I think there's got to be a story with that nickname. I'm sure one of the local regulars knows the backstory.
Jason's got some Broadway cards, and he's double suited. He raised it up to 80. What do you think about that 4X raise sizing pre-flop? Does it matter so much in PLO compared to Hold'em?
Well, the interesting thing about it is I don't think that it's legal.
The 80?
I think you can only raise 3.5x the biggest blind.
Okay.
So my thoughts are that. I don't know if that's not true in the straddle. Maybe that it's okay, but and if you play 5-10 PLO, you can only open for 35. Maybe the 5-10-20 makes it okay. It's just a pot size raise.
Everyone gets a piece of this one. Jason's got top and bottom pair. Andrew Neeme, your boy, he's got top pair. And
did hearts just get out of the way? I didn't see that.
That's what it looked like.
Well, that hand's going to regret that because the third heart in the board comes in. Check, check. 9 on the river. And what's Andrew going to decide to do here? He does have top pair. However, he has nothing else, and he does have a low heart. He might consider a stab. Looks like he's going to go for it, and he fires.
Let's see the sizing here. He bets 180, so this looks like some kind of a blocker bet.
Ooh, this looks not great. It's going to be tough here. I feel like I like his idea to bet here. Oh, man, he's going to get this through? Is he going to get this through? Wow, well played. But I don't really understand why the small blocker bet here with just the ace.
He's just trying to get to showdown, it looks like. What was the action on the turn there? Did it go check, check?
Showdown, he has
Check, check on the turn with 2 hearts?
Yeah, check,
for 3 hearts on board?
He's not getting to showdown. He's bluffing. He's definitely bluffing.
You think he chooses that sizing with the bluff?
He's not. He's not then value betting.
I don't think he's value. Yeah.
Well, then what's he doing? What's the third option?
I think he's just.
What was he doing?
In Hold'em, I would say that would be like a blocker bet, and you're trying to get to showdown with.
Yeah, I agree with that.
I don't know in PLO what the proper strategy is with that sizing or what the intention is behind that sizing necessarily.
Well, all the flushes are in, obviously, and then the straights are in, and then there are 2 pairs.
Either way, Andrew wins the maximum with really the minimum sizing.
It worked out great. Okay, maybe he's just repping some of the thinner value bets. Maybe that's his main size there, and so if he bluffs, he has to use the same size for his value. That seems good. Yeah, I can get behind that. He's repping a straight kind of, or a low flush. Maybe a straight with a high heart or something. Middling heart. It's actually better to block middling and low hearts there than high hearts, because high hearts are probably going to barrel the turn. So maybe you want to have some kind of low mid heart, and then the small bet is more likely to work because he has the deuce there. I'm interested in Andrew's thoughts. It's not the kind of play that I would make. I would probably be a little more polar, but can't argue with the results. Worked out. Jack 9, 8, 7 for swim. Pumps it up. Cobbler Dog's hand, same neck of the woods, 10, 8, 8, 6. Here comes the flop. Ace 5, 3. Ace 5 tray. Flush draw. Clubs. Whole lot of nothing here for our contestants. Whole lot of nothing. I think we're officially in overtime territory, right? Isn't overtime at 10:30?
And the game is tied. We're going to overtime.
3,000 people
Cutoff
here.
time's 10:30. Everybody knows that. It's a 10:30 cutoff.
That was a good use of the soundboard there, Doug. So yeah, we've got 3,000 people here watching for a PLO stream. That's pretty amazing. Thanks to everybody who's tuned in and all the new subscribers lately. This is awesome. This commentary booth is usually filled by 2 of the greats, Skull Mike, Slick Rick. We miss those guys. We see them in the chat, so they're still tuning in, making sure that we're keeping the ship on track. Is that something?
Are ship's on track?
I guess. I don't
Afloat?
think so. No one wanted to do
I think
this
the
PLO
ship.
stream.
I think you want to have the ship afloat. I don't know if the ship's
Afloat?
on the track. I feel like we
Well,
probably messed up here.
I
at the
mean,
booth.
like in the right direction, you know. I would assume.
Oh,
hopefully,
okay.
hopefully
I
the
see.
ship is afloat. Yeah,
Yeah, we're keeping it afloat.
we're keeping it afloat.
We're sailing some stormy weather though.
We are. This is new territory. Have you done PLO commentary before?
No. This is my first. I think this is my first commentary for PLO.
Brandon David, $1.99. I'm sure Andrew will say that it was a misclick. I don't know if Andrew would say it's a misclick. I mean,
No, he had some kind of logic there for sure. I don't think that was a misclick. He's dropping thin value with that size. Is what he's going for, but it's kind of interesting hand to go for it with.
on course is what we're getting. Overwhelmingly on course.
On course. We're keeping it on course. Thank you, chat.
So just curious about this myself. Now that you're, part owner of the lodge, do you feel reinvigorated with poker? I know that we've talked and you've said that you've had a ton of fun with the meetup games and various things like that. What are your overall feelings and thoughts?
Absolutely. It's awesome getting to play here and build something. The business aspect of it makes it fun. There's a bunch of different examples of that. So coming up in poker, playing was fun. You're building your bankroll. You're trying to make it. YouTube was like that for me for a long time, where I just was really trying to build my channel and get more viewership and really build something, and kind of you turn into a mini game, where you're trying to constantly up your stats and your score and do better and better. Upswing still is like that. We're still, of course, growing and love the community that we've built there. It's nice taking on new journeys, new challenges, and having that component of it. It makes it new, makes it fresh. It's also kind of nice showing up and being able to punt off some stacks, and it's really not about I'm here to try and I need to win money. It's about making the room a good experience for people and promoting the room, and you know what I'm saying? It's not like I need to show up and really play. I'd like to lose less. That's certainly true. I'm going to try my best to not lose, but it's a different angle on it,
Yeah, it's a whole different vibe and a whole new goal, and it's fun that it's a joint goal that me, you, and Andrew, and the Upswing guys, and the the previous owners of the lodge and the whole lodge team that we now have. Like our meetings are pretty fun. We've been doing those once a week for the last several months, and it just feels like friends kind of hanging out, rather than what I imagine other business meetings are, where maybe they're a little bit stuffier or whatever.
Our podcast was kind of like that when you and Andrew came on my podcast.
Sure.
It felt real chit-chatty. It honestly felt like we were having our Thursday meeting, but on a podcast.
Yeah.
Then we started talking about things, and it was just the same conversations we've kind of been having off of the. It was cool. It's cool atmosphere. What are your thoughts of the lodge, Brad? You'd never been here before. I don't know what you were expecting. Where would you say that it ended up being relative to what you thought? It's actually kind of funny. You became a partner in a room before you'd been there.
So I did go to the previous location.
Right.
So I went there once, so I kind of had a feel for the general vibe. But the first time that Andrew and I walked in, which was Sunday, we showed up a little early. We didn't really give people much of a heads up because we just wanted to see it how it normally is, And I definitely just had butterflies just standing in the room thinking like, wow, we're part owners of this place. And just thinking of all the possibilities, thinking about what the room would look like being filled up, and envisioning the meetup games and playing on the live stream and all that. So it was kind of overwhelming, since I've never been part of a project that's this big in scope.
Is this the first business that you've been involved in as an owner?
Yeah, I think that's fair to say. It's interesting. Like the YouTube channel, I kind of feel like a business owner, and doing the meetup games and kind of going through the negotiation process with these different properties for hosting events. I kind of felt like a business owner in that way, or certainly at least an entrepreneur.
Yeah, that's fair. YouTube, making content, it's certainly a business, and it's the reason I think it's a little different is that it's all active, right? You need to be making it in order making the content actively to make money.
Right, and this is the first project where we have employees.
Right, that's super different.
Yeah, and so that's something that I have no experience in, and I'm really happy to have someone like Jason on board. He's been doing it for years, and the staff just seems to absolutely love him. And he anytime we're in a meeting, he just wants to do like the absolute best that he can to take care of everybody.
Totally. Yeah, the employees aspect is a little bit different. I've done some online businesses, but and I've invested in some businesses where I was just an investor and I went and saw the business and their employees. But actually being an active part of it is, yeah, it's very different. Aces for Cobbler Dog here. I believe the straddle's been out, or was it either raised or straddled? Probably should have paid a little more attention. Sorry, chat. 10-5-4 Skittles. You like the Skittles?
I like hearing you say it. It's funny.
I try to channel my slick Rick when I say it. He says he has a signature way he says it. 10-5-4.
Just like a slight delay, and then
Skittles. Top pair for Swim, facing a $908 bet from Cobbler Dog. It's going to be kind of hard for Swim to get away from this, I think. It's just about pot out there. He only needs to win this about 1 in 3 times. If his opponent has aces, and the way Cobbler Dog plays, he probably does. Is he going to be in that neck of the woods? Does he want to call here with what he thinks is probably just about 1/3 equity? Nope. Lets it go. Size is not worth the risk.
couple of super chats. $4.99, Brandon David. Doug, still happy with the move to Texas? To both, what is the biggest difference poker-wise between Nevada and Texas?
Yeah, it's been a great move. I've not played that much poker. So a few different things. First off, it had been COVID for a year and a half or whatever before I moved here. So it wasn't like I had played much live poker in Vegas then. And I had played live poker in Vegas for a couple years before that anyway. So it had been years since I'd played live poker in Vegas. And then I have not played that much in Texas except for this month and a few sessions while I was scouting out rooms. So I don't feel like I'm qualified to give a real huge breakdown of poker in both locations as of today. But one thing that has been pretty evident is that the average person playing here is playing for fun, and the average person playing in Las Vegas is playing for a living or seriously. And I think that creates a very different atmosphere, and you have a lot less petty arguments over dumb shit where people are trying to just make a few extra bucks here, which seems to happen way more in Las Vegas because people are trying to play professionally. And there's obviously that's fine. I mean, I love that they're playing professionally. Obviously, I've been a pro most of my life. We want pros to absolutely come play at the lodge. We want it to be a great place for everyone to play, but it gets real nitpicky in spots in Vegas, and I think that the atmosphere can be not great for players or friendly, and that's just not the case here. I think it's a much more friendly, loose place to play poker where people take it a lot easier. That'd be my main takeaway. Andrew with the aces, no action.
I know.
Not one person putting any dollars. Once again, the room alive. A lot of tables filled up here in the cash game section.
Almost 11 p.m. and there's still a ton of people out there. $2 from Lightly Naru Organics, Dan, Doug, Cool PLO Stream, Brad, and Pale Doug.
Nice. All right. Shout out to Naru Organics. Lightly Naru. Is that tanked? This avatar. Pale Doug. Okay, I need to up my tan game. Jacob Kraft, $5 super chat. Doug, can you shout out my friend Ben, aka Fish? Nope, no shout out for Ben, aka Fish, on the stream. I won't tell Ben that I'm going to say his name here on the stream. For Ben, aka Fish. Fireman Scott, a little bit of a little frisky open here with the Ace 10 6-5. Does have a nut suit. Eli makes the call. King, queen, jack 8. Andrew in there. A6-5-3 double suited. Andrew, I feel like Andrew is playing well. Seems to be playing appropriate hands. He seems to be reasonable with picking spots to. I feel like he's got this flop every time I see Andrew. It's ace, king, queen. He has just an ace, or I feel like we've gotten this flop a bunch for him.
Eli's got a bottom 2. He checks it over to Fireman Scott. Fireman Scott takes a stab betting 300, and Andrew has to let it go.
Fireman Scott in the lead here with the ace 10. He's gonna get a call, at least on the flop.
He's looking for a jack.
4 clubs. Backdoor flush draw in play now. Although either player has it. Check once again from Eli. Fireman's got a couple ways he can play this. If he fires here, he's turning his hand into a bluff. Blocks 2 pairs or sets. Blocks the jack 10. Does fire. 650 to go. Now what will Eli do? Tough situation. Has 2 pair. Has a gutter. But if he's up against jack 10, he's drawn fairly thin. At this point, he only really beats some kind of bluff. And lays down. Bluffs have been really nice tonight. Multi-street bluffs on bricks have their success rate's been extremely high.
Do you think that people are just less likely to check back the nuts or really strong hands in PLO, so that when it does get checked back, it opens up, opportunities for people to bluff, and it is going to be more successful than in Hold'em?
For sure. I also think when people are when they call, they're trapping way less.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure if that's correct or not. I have no idea, but that seems to be how people play. So when you bet and you just get called, you can kind of put your opponent on a hand range that's fairly likely to fold the next street, and people have been really exploiting that. You're going to have to really think about card removal when you're thinking about what hands to call or not call. I don't know enough to say that I think any of these plays have been awesome or bad or anything tonight. I'm not an expert in PLO, but what I can say is I have liked the spots some of these players have picked to barrel, and some of the hands they choose have been interesting. The result in that last hand, the ace-10 barrel, getting your opponent to fold king-queen, ended up working out quite nicely. Did queen-queen 9-9 just fold? Did I see a queen-queen 9-9?
These cards go by so quickly, it's tough to say.
I thought I saw that. That would be really surprising. Anyway, Andrew straddled it up to 80 this hand. A little chit-chat.
Andrew smiling because he's imagining me in the booth with this button.
There's no right way to play jiggities, so it doesn't matter what I do.
Doug's over it. He's like, let's burn this button.
Yeah.
I mean, think about how many times I've heard it over.
Okay, but you said it.
Yeah, but it doesn't make it that much better.
Well, if you... At least people get yours right.
What's up, guys?
A lot of people say, I'm Doug. Hey, guys.
How's
hey,
it
guys.
going?
Doug Polk here. I've had hey, guys. Seriously? You know what I think that is? Those shirts we said the hey, guys, I'm here for the tournament. I think people get that confused with what's up, guys.
I think that's a reasonable thing to confuse.
Jack on the turn! Jack on the turn!
There's no right way to play jiggities, so it doesn't matter what I do.
Okay, let's see. How does Andrew win a big pot here? Is it possible, given what Fireman Scott has? And I guess he does have ace, king, 10. I mean, if he hits an ace, king, or 10, makes it straight.
Or 9.
Or 9, yeah. But not enough for Fireman Scott to want to stick around. Andrew takes down the pot. He has won significantly more pots since people hit the like button.
I've noticed that.
Like,
I was thinking it, but you said it.
That's true. I did say it.
And I think maybe a few more likes would go a long way. Hit that like button. Smash like button. Josh the Whale up 7K. Eli up 1.7. A few people all down a few K. Swim minus 2.5. Jordan minus 2.7. Andrew, once again, bottom of the leaderboard.
It's actually pretty even, though, given what's gone down. Andrew was stuck 4.8 3K at one point, I believe at the low point earlier. So he's gotten some back since people hit the like button. And, you know, hopefully he can get into the green.
I think maybe the like button earlier got him a little momentum, but then we forgot to let people know about it. And now that we have that back in our back pocket, I'm expecting a huge spot to go in his direction any moment now. He does put the straddle out for 40, probably recognizing the likes are coming in as he sits there. We are live here at the lodge.
We're live at the lodge.
Live at the
Real
lodge.
time. Real-time commentary. This is very exciting. As pots happen,
Someone's got.
I forgot we have that one.
Jeff knows he's got the ladies. He's pumping it up. 185 to go. I don't know how much action he's going to get. Oh, he got called in two places. 9, 6, 5, 2 clubs. Clubs for swim. Over pair and top pair for Fireman Scott, but both are relatively shitty. Queens, total brick on this board. I like Swim's PLO game. I like his PLO. He got away from the queen eye flush draw there, which I don't know. I feel like Swim knows his stuff. He just strikes me as very, very confident. Made a lot of great decisions in big spots tonight. Maneuvering well, putting himself in good positions. Seems like a good player. I'm recognizing more and more of these faces, by the way, out here in the room.
Yeah, that's one thing that's been pretty fun for me, getting to know the players a little bit, getting to know the dealers. That's something that's important going forward.
Yeah, definitely. I know a lot of the dealers now. Trying to learn as many names as I can.
Are there any that stick out to you? Any dealers that you've been able to chat with maybe a little bit more than others and gotten to know?
Yeah, I don't know if I want to just say things that they told me on air, though.
Okay, never mind.
I don't know. I don't know. There's very nice people here, very nice staff.
7 Deuce Jammer, $4.99, the super chat. Favorite stream, any chance y'all can upgrade the table/software so we can do 5-card double board PLO bomb pots on stream? Can we see 3-bet percentage and $$SD?
One money at Showdown.
Oh, okay. I don't think that we have that. I don't know that we have the one money at Showdown. Perhaps
we have went to Showdown. We have aggression frequency. We have some stuff. All right, Kangs. Kangs here for Jason. Queen Jack 10-8 for Jordan. Ace 10-4 deuce for Josh the Whale. Ace King Queen 6 for Eli. We could see a big pot here. Brewing. We got some stacks in this one.
What kind of flop are we hoping for, Doug?
Let's see. I'm thinking maybe a lot of hearts in some hands. Maybe some hearts would go a long way.
Looks like some Broadway cards with hearts.
Yes,
but most of those are, I don't think there are any left, actually, looking at...
Queen Jack 9 type board. Ace King Jack. The Kings hits a set. The Queen Jack 10-8 makes a straight.
Wow. And we just see a snap shove from Jason.
From Jordan, I think. Jordan.
Sorry, it's Jordan.
Yeah, it's okay. He bet pot. He had a little bit behind after that. Now Jason with the set. He's going to have to call. Having the ace sucks here. You block your own out. Yeah, this sucks. And you also have a player that's deep behind you. You're not happy here. You are not happy. You're an unhappy camper. I'm not actually sure. I guess you kind of have to call, right? He repots? I guess he repots trying to get out some lower flush draws and stuff, or some low flush draws and stuff, perhaps. Now Eli's got top 2 with a queen. She's got a gutter and top 2. Ooh, rough spot for Eli. Oh, man. Oh, man. The thing is, someone's
he's
probably
getting
got
2.5
queen
to
10.
1 here, but he's drawing stone dead.
Yeah, he makes a great laydown. Excellent laydown from Eli. Well played. Jordan shows the queen 10. Jason shows the set of kings. And we are off to the races for a 3-1 race here for Jordan in the lead. Jason can win on a board pairing card. The case king. I believe that there is only one ace left, right? And then any jack or any turn that hits the board. 5-4, bricks out. I think they only ran it once, and that's it. Jordan gets the double. Clean, a clean double. Actually, more than a double. There's a bunch of people in that pot. The joys of pot limit Omaha. We got our action flop there. That could have been a 15K pot if after Jason potted it, the player behind him, Josh, I think, if he woke up with a set or a queen 10 or maybe some kind of 2-pair plus flush draw, we could have seen a 15K pot, I think. It's possible. Jason's playing quite tight here, 17% VPIP. That's certainly the tightest player at the table.
Got a question from Brandon David. Doug, does Bitcoin get back to 50K in 2022?
Oof. I hate making predictions. But that said, I think it's pretty likely. I would say that the line, if I had to, I don't know what the line, you can bet on this stuff online, I'm sure, but if I had to guess what the line is on end of year Bitcoin 2022 price, it's probably like 44, 45K.
This could be an interesting pot here. Josh the Whale opens with 2 aces, suited ace, and then Eli 3 bets at 275 with 2 jacks and queen 2 and double suited. It's so hard. It's so hard.
You were a natural born PLO commentator.
I
Ben.
know, Doug.
2
Thank
jacks
you.
and a double suited.
2 jacks and a double suited.
I love it. And then Jordan's in there with the 8-7-5-4.
I mean, he's just trying to get in the mix,
If,
right?
if
I mean, that's a foldable
if a jack
hand, right?
comes out, the real
I
question
guess he's
here
on the
is,
button.
are you going to hit the jiggities button on the soundboard, or am I going to hit the jiggities buttons?
Mm-hmm.
Whose turn is it on that one?
I think you could hit it now, right? Because if a jack does come out, then they're surely
There's no
would
right
be
way
the
to play jiggities, so it doesn't matter what I do.
Nice. So Josh comes in with a 4 bet to 1K, and Eli makes the call. Jordan is going to make his decision.
I think the action is heating up a little bit. It's heating up.
What is going on here?
$3,000 are out there, and
This is a 3-way 4-bet pot. So do you think, like, in my mind, did Jordan cold call the 3-bet with
yes,
8,
he's
7,
hoping
5,
the other
1?
players have high pairs, and he's drawing quite live with low stuff. Okay, this is going to be a good flop for the Jack 10. Flops Jack 10 with the flush draw, open-ended royal flush draw, middle pair. He's going to jam. Wait, how much is that? 2.3K? Wow. Gets through. Plus 2K.
I think he got 2 snap folds.
Well, aces is in a kind of tough spot here. No flush draw. Your opponent can have a set, can have a pair plus a rattling, a pair plus flush draw. Not a great spot for the aces. Aggression frequency. Josh the Whale. Andrew's actually pretty aggressive.
Yeah, he's trying to get in there. He's trying to get in the mix. He's gotten dealt aces a few times, and he's trying to put on a little bit of a show. And lately, you know, he's made somewhat of a comeback.
Yeah.
$5 super chat. Do you have a bad beat jackpot in your cash games? We do not.
We do not. I think Andrew, he seems to not play as many hands as all the other players, but when he does play them, he seems to really kind of try and fight for them, you know?
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of a more standard, tight, aggressive style of play as compared to some of the players here, I think. Which is a good way to play, by the way. Hard for that style to ever be bad. He's in there with a lot of the. Quite often when we look at the hands, Andrew just got the best hand, and in the long run, you know, better hands tend to win. The hand Jordan has here is an example of the kind of hand that Hold'em players might think is a good hand, but is not. Two good Hold'em hands does not make a good PLO hand. However, here that's not the case. The two Hold'em hand, King Jack 3-3, does end up having the second nut flush draw as well as the gutter. Andrew Jack 10-7, double gutter, nuts on both sides. Is a flush draw board though. Taints some of the outs, but he does have a club in his hand. Eli is going to fire this. Thinks his top pair is good. Andrew lets it go. Jordan makes the call. He's looking for a club. He's looking for a 3. He's looking for a 10. Deuce. What's interesting about the deuce is he does block the 4-3. Will he take a stab? Good card for Eli. Reverse 2 pair. Nice. I like this check from Eli. Jordan does check it back. Eli shows the goods and will take it down. Very, very nice check from Eli. I feel like Eli does a nice job of managing situations where he thinks he's likely good or even knows he's good, but tries to figure out ways to make money and protect his range. And I think that check is a kind of nice example of that. Some players might think, oh, I improve 2 pair, I can go for some value, but he's just giving his opponent a chance to bluff, keep the range wide. And even though his opponent didn't bluff, it's going to make it hard to bluff you in the future. You can't just be making big folds every time you play on stream.
Look at that room. Filled up. Hundreds of people. It's probably hundreds.
And we've got the 5, 5, 10, 20, 40, 80, 160. Yeah, probably hundreds. At least.
Yeah.
Have you noticed the way Andrew says room?
No.
He says room.
What is...
I can't describe it exactly.
Room? No. How do I say it?
We're in the room. He says a real short. I say room.
Room.
Room. No, he doesn't say rum. He says a real short sounding O. If anyone in the chat knows what I'm talking about, please make it. Please say yes. So, I've been watching your guys' vlogs lately. I'm picking up on the things and the. I eat lunch. I have a nice healthy lunch. I sit down. I turn on the TV and I watch you and Andrew's vlogs. That's the way we're spending my lunches now.
What is so? In the beginning, you know, your opinion on vlogs was different in the beginning, as is now. You're getting in the vlog game yourself. You've got the vlog.
The vlog, yeah, the vlog.
How's that going?
It's pretty grueling. Pretty grueling. Well.
Wow, this is a big pot. We should probably.
Okay,
tune
we
into
can
this
talk
one.
about the vlog afterwards. We have 10, 10, 9, 6 double suited from Josh the Whale. We have Ace, 8, 7, 5 triple diamonds for Andrew. Ace 10, 9, 7 double suited for a swim. King, Queen, 9. No one even has anything good here. Oh, Andrew's in there too. Wow.
All right, let's go, Andrew. Hit the like button right now if you want to see Andrew win this one. Let's go.
He needs your energy, chat.
27% chance.
The pot's already 2K. Gambling's commencing.
I mean, this is a big pot. We're later in the night now, so stacks are pretty deep. 4-3 deuce.
Wheel.
Andrew flops the wheel.
Flops the wheel. I think
I mean,
it was all the
you
likes.
hit the like button.
I think it was the likes. It's the only.
Andrew's got to be feeling pretty damn good right now.
How is he going to navigate this, though? How is he going to navigate this, though? Has the wheel.
Skittles, too.
Skittles. Checks through. King of clubs on the turn. A very interesting card because we do have clubs for swim. Josh the Whale, he's nowhere in this area. He's probably going to let this go. He does face a bet. Andrew's got to decide here. He knows that he's very, very, very likely good. If someone had 6-5, they're probably going to bet this flop. So he's got just about 1.5x pot behind. He can pot it, which he does decide to do. Now, you could also go for a smaller bet, but pot makes sense too.
It seems like he's just going to win this one. And
Yes, he does.
and that's what happened. So he takes down a nice pot. What was his straddle up to pre-flop? Was it 160 or was it?
I
It was
don't know,
big.
man.
I think there was a
I think it was healthy.
big straddle, and luckily, Andrew was the recipient of a fairly large pot with all the money going in pre-flop.
I feel like we got to balance out the forces in the universe here, and I got to root against Andrew just to balance. We can't both be sitting here rooting for Andrew to beat these other players. I gotta pick
Andrew's the reason people are tuning in, I think here. So
I gotta pick a player.
all right.
I'm gonna go with the chat. Chat, which player am I gonna be rooting for today? We can't just only have this pro Andrew. I mean, I like Andrew as much as the next guy, but we gotta balance it out in the stream. Who should say the seat number in the chat? 1 through 9. All of the 3s are going to be taken out because that is Andrew, so I'm going to ignore those. What seat are you rooting for? We gotta
Just
balance
hit
this
the
out a
3
bit.
button anyway. Just
Great, great, perfect.
Brandon Modolo, double suited jacks, $5.
Pocket jacks, double suited, and a double suited.
Yeah, pocket jacks. Caroline Bissett, $1.99, is flatting a 3-bet out of position, more plus EV in PLO than no limit. Doug, what do you think there? What's your gut say?
I would say so. Ooh, 2 kings. Kings for Fireman Scott and kings for Andrew.
How about them Cowboys?
I'm seeing a good number of Jordans or 9s. Obviously, there's a lot of 3s because you guys are troll, but okay. I think that this is scuffed. We're gonna root for Jordan. I like Jordan's style. I like Jordan's style. Seat 9's my here we go. Our guy in the pot. He's got the.
There's no right way to play jiggities, so it doesn't matter what I do.
I'm really glad they didn't find one for me. I feel like we would be grinding that at this point.
I mean, you just asked for it. Next
just-
stream, be
yeah.
ready for a what's up, guys. That's how they're going to kick it off.
Yeah, probably true.
I guess you're in the stream next.
Split pot. Kings held, which seems like a miracle. Is Jason making it? No, he checked. Josh checks. Jordan checks. I thought my guy might take a stab, but he does actually have. Checks through. Kings chop it up. Andrew and Fireman Scott chop up the Kangs.
3,100 still watching at 11:15 p.m. Some PLO. Pretty awesome. You know,
Absolutely.
we're trying to. Andrew has really tried hard to develop this PLO game and spread the popularity of it. I mean, I wouldn't say he's tried hard. He just really enjoys the game and enjoys making PLO vlogs, enjoys sharing the strategy with you guys, and he's trying to get better himself. So pretty cool to see this kind of support for a stream.
Absolutely. BPIP is up here. Andrew, maybe not tight. Look at this third loosest player. Loose aggressive. Jason only 17. That seems so tight for Jason. Cobbler Dog is 7.
When you straddle, just by straddling, does that affect your VPIP or no?
I don't know. I don't know.
We got to figure that out.
Something weird's going on, I think. Because I straddled all the time in that game, and I was the tightest player at the table. I mean, if it's true, it's true, but it just doesn't feel true to me. I don't feel like I was so tight. Maybe I'm just in denial.
I don't think that anybody was watching that game Monday and thinking like, oh, someone's playing tight here. When you see these VPIPs, it's a little bit kind of misleading in my mind. So you don't really need to put too much stock into a small sample size of streamed hands. Although when you are folding sets and you have the lowest VPIP,
it's not a good look.
I mean, it's fine when you're right and you're folding sets.
Yeah, well, when you're right, it's good. Still nitty, though. Ace 9-4, 2 diamonds. Jason does flop from diamonds. Jason, Jordan, and Jeff with Triple J. Triple J in the pot.
I do think Fireman Scott is the best dressed person here at the table. I like his getup.
It's got a nice Texas flavor to it.
I believe he's from Houston.
It's got a nice Houston flavor to it.
Boat here for Jeff. He's got the check mark. Jason looks like he's going to be firing with complete air here.
Gotta fire with the air, but I don't know if you want to fire with the air into the boat. And this is the first bluff I've seen tonight that did not get through. Ran into the boat. And I'll take it down. A lot of heart there for that bluff, but when you run into the full house, it's going to be difficult.
Looks like we've got another straddle on, and this one's up to 80. Andrew doesn't put on the 160. He put on the 640 earlier. I think he's getting closer and closer to that even mark, and trying to get into the green, perhaps. And this one just folds around. Fireman Scott gets the walk. Andrew does put on the 80 this hand, it looks like. There's another shot of the room. 11:20 and this place is packed. So if you're ever in the Austin area, come check out the lodge. Awesome staff. Probably the friendliest players that I've played with in the entire country, and I'm not just saying that. If you come out here, you can experience it yourself, and plenty of awesome cash game action, and we've got the 500K guarantee right now. I think we're going to get at least double the guarantee. Noah Smith, $10. Love the stream, gentlemen. Question is, though, where is Big Poppy Joey Ingram and all this PLO madness? Yeah, it would be great to have Joe Ingram. I think he's just kind of enjoying his time away from poker. It's a little bit easy to get burned out, and especially when you're in the content game and you're either just playing poker or making poker content, and that takes up 100% of your time. So, Joe Ingram probably just taking a little bit of a personal break. Who knows whether or not he'll come back to poker? Obviously, it'd be great to have him, but if not, hope he's just happy doing his thing.
The thing about Joey is he kind of goes through waves. He gets really into things sometimes, and I think the best example of that is the Mike Postle investigations. He's just hosting daily 6 to 8 to 10 hour Postle investigations, going through every single hand. Some days he's, a little more laid back, a little more out of the mix. So I think he's been kind of going through a phase where he wants to focus on other things. I've heard from multiple people that have talked to him that he's doing well. He's just kind of focused on other interests right now. I know he's interested in some crypto stuff. He's interested in some business stuff. So I think he's just kind of enjoying not having to be, front stage and kind of being public facing and working on his content. And it's a lot, and I can respect people wanting to have some privacy. Sometimes I think it can be a little overwhelming, and it might be hard for people to understand that, but I can totally understand wanting to take a step away and kind of focus on yourself and what you're working on instead of just trying to make people happy through the content that you're delivering. And there's also something important to realize here, guys. Joey has made videos on YouTube for a really, really long time. The podcast on his channel, when's the first one? 6, 7, 8 years ago? Probably 8 years ago. And I know he had some YouTube videos from before that. His first one on his channel was 9 or 10 years ago. So the guy's been doing it for a very long time. He's put out an extraordinary number of videos and content that people can enjoy, some timeless classics and some of those podcasts from different people. And I think maybe if he feels like it's time to step away, I can totally identify with that, and I'm happy for him. Just wanted to make sure that he's doing good, but from what I hear, he's doing great. He's just focused on some other things right now. But if he ever does want to come back, there will always be room for Joey to come down to the lodge, do a little commentary about the great game, as he likes to call it, of Pot Limit Omaha.
What do you think about maybe tens betting here as a bluff? Looks like Jordan is getting...
I love our guy's style. Our guy has style, seat 9. Firing into 5 people. This is not for the faint of heart, and he gets it through. There they are. Shows the 10s, or the 5 deuce. What did he show? Whatever he showed is awesome because he just fired into 5 people out of position, took it down. And that's why we're fans of Jordan, seat 9 here on the stream. The guy's got moxie.
He does. You can't deny that.
It's a lot of moxie.
$5 Australian. Great to watch some real PLO from Sydney, Australia. Thanks a lot. The Sys admin.
There we go, the Lodge Mahal. Straddle's back on, seat open, 5, 5, 10, 20, 40 for this one.
$1.99 from Andrew Trayer. Great stream. 4 fire emojis. Thanks a lot, Andrew. He's been firing some donations in the super chat all night, so we appreciate that. And thanks to everybody who's been sticking around. 3,000 viewers still. And I think we're going to be going till 11:45 to midnight, somewhere in that range. Is that what we're doing, Doug?
It should be about 20, 25 more minutes. 11:40 is going to be the curtain call for the stream. I'll tell a quick story here, guys. Earlier today, I was playing in Andrew's meetup game. Oh, hold on. Hold on. We got pocket aces.
How do we not have a soundbite for aces? There's got to be a Rockets one, There's
Yeah.
Cowboys, there's Queens.
Well, we have aces, and it's 380 to call in front of him. He's re-raising. Wow, we got 1.8 thousand.
Big pot. Lots
Josh
of
the
action.
Whale gets out of the way. Over to Swim. King Jack 8-7. I believe Swim 3-bet Andrew. Andrew opened, and I'm not actually totally sure the way this went. But Swim makes the call. Ooh, is our guy Jordan going to get in there? It's looking like the answer is yes.
Jordan doesn't like to
No,
fold,
he
but
let
he
it go.
does let it go.
Jordan just knows. He just knows when he's good and he's not good, and he had a bad vibe here, and I think all the likes really helped Jordan there. Good fold. He was in not good shape against the aces.
So Andrew going heads up with aces in a 4-bet pot. That's what you like to. That's the situation you like to be in. Now, how are you feeling if you're Andrew on this flop? You don't have the ace of hearts, obviously.
Well, I think you have to just pot the flop. I don't think that there's another option.
I think.
Oof.
What happened here?
Check fold, I think. Ooh. Oof.
So Swim just thinking stack to pot ratio here. No way I'm ever folding. Let's just get it in. Maybe I can get a better hand, like perhaps aces to fold.
Well, no one. I don't think he's expecting aces to fold because aces is just gonna. When Andrew checks there on an under 1 stack to pot ratio, he should be polar. He should be hands that are very excited to face action and are cool checking through, like some top set or maybe some aces with nut flush draw or maybe some aces with a king or ace king 9. And then he should have some hands that really had bad interaction with the board, maybe something like a ace 8, 7, 6 double suited or ace, something where he might want to sometimes 4-bet bluff. And so when he checks, it should be polar. And when he bets, it should be more merged. If you just have dry aces, you can just jam the flop because it's 0.75 SPR. So you can just jam there, and his opponent's going to have anything that can call the 4-bet. And then in the other guy's shoes, in Swim's shoes, he has a pair, so even though you know your opponent's polar, sometimes they're going to check fold with hands that really bricked. And then hands like aces, yeah, once in a while you're gonna run into some monsters when you jam. But when you have the king, you know it's really unlikely it's going to be some kind of top set trap. And he has aces with that flush draw. Okay, that's not great for you, obviously, but you can hit a lot of your pairs, and you still have something like 20, 25, 30% equity, so it's not really the end of the world for you either way. But I'm not a PLO expert. Maybe it's okay. I feel like you have to pot there, though, but I really don't know, guys. I'm not the expert. It's possible that the numbers were wrong, too, by the way. Maybe that it was not 4K out there with 3K behind. I don't know. Okay, let me tell a story here that someone posted. Well, this just happened. Someone posted this on the Lodge Poker Club Facebook. Christopher Glenn posted saying, "So I just left the Lodge after a 30-plus hour session. I was stuck 99% of the marathon session of 2.5. At one point, I was stuck over $3,500. Made it all back to break even and pay for time. When I finally got over break even, I stood up and yelled, 'I'm unstuck!' Got an applause from the entire room. Doug Polk came over and gave me $100 in chips and said, 'The next 10 hours are on me.' I love the Lodge, friendliest, funnest place on the planet to play poker. Highlighted my poker career, LOL." It was pretty amazing. The guy, he got a real full round of applause from the room.
I was actually, I had just walked in. I think it was around 7:15 or so tonight. And
we went all in here. Hold on. Kings for Josh the Whale. Ace Jack 9-3 for Andrew. Going for some action here. 10-9-8-8 from Richard. Jordan with the queen. You know what? And this is why we love Jordan. Jordan's in there with the queen 5-4 tray. Needs the low cards. Josh the Whale with the kings. He's thinking about it. He's thinking about it. Huh. Oh, man. Is he considering folding? Oh, wow. If he folds, this is going to be huge for Andrew. He's going to get heads up with the queen 5-4-3. Maybe Andrew picked just the right spot here to make a move. I think he's considering folding.
I mean, once you have this look on your face.
Wow. Wow. Wow, he's thinking about folding here.
I mean, it looks like he wants to fold.
Wow. Oh, man.
Do you think not having the king of hearts makes any difference?
Oh, man, Andrew
Wow.
got it through. And then he ends up Owen versus Jordan, who has queen 5-4-3. Oh, my God.
All
Andrew
right.
got a worse hand to call and a better hand to fold.
Let's get a heart here one time for Andrew.
They agreed to it twice.
$7,500 pot.
Oh, wait,
If
shit.
Andrew wins,
Did we
he's
not
going to get
hold
out
on,
of the
hold on.
hole.
Did we think it was pre-flop?
Ace.
It wasn't pre-flop, right? It was on the flop?
Yeah. This is
Okay,
on flop.
I didn't see the flop. Great commentary here.
Andrew has a straight.
I didn't notice the flop. Brad, you just let me go on like that? You didn't bother to tell me there was a flop?
You just do your thing and you're great at it. And so, oh no, Andrew does not have the straight. Fuck.
Oh, man. man.
happened here?
Okay, it makes sense that we didn't know that I didn't know there was a flop. Oof, that's not going on my highlight. I'll tell you that much. Andrew loses to the full house, and one has to wonder how deliriously tired I am to not realize that there was a flop for this hand. How did I realize there was a flop?
I don't know.
The camera was blocking it. The can. Oh, my can. No, this can. We can blame it on. Yeah, I'm gonna blame it on my can.
Well, it doesn't affect the outcome. Andrew.
Well, Andrew had the nut flush draw. That's. I mean, that's
Andrew got
pretty
it in
standard,
with
yeah.
the most equity, actually. He had a pair and nut flush draw. Unfortunate run out for him. Unfortunate 2 run outs for him. Doesn't win either of them. I mean, that's pretty unlucky. And especially in a 7.5K pot.
Tough spot for sure.
You probably...
Tough spot for sure. What are you gonna do? Big pot, nut flush draw. Difficult situation.
Richard has 100% VPIP. That must be a new player.
Chat makes a good point. There's our man in seat 9. Getting it done. Jordan getting it done.
Hey, he's a fun guy to root for.
With a Jordan-esque hand.
Did you end up seeing what he had? He had 4-3. What did he have?
Queen 5-4-3.
Queen 5-4-3.
3 spades.
So is that a standard spot to just get it in with bottom 2?
Well, I spent the hand thinking it was pre-flop, so maybe we shouldn't ask me.
Yeah.
Yeah, that seems good.
I mean, you still did a great job, I thought.
Well, thank you. Thank you.
I thought you were just really excited about him possibly folding an overpair on the flop. And so
I went on for so long. Before I realized there was a flop. Well, at least you let me have my moment. I do appreciate that.
you get so excited. I was
All right.
excited. I get excited listening to you.
All right.
You know?
Well, that's good. Maybe we'll just pretend I
I
thought
think that
there
if
was
you
a
didn't
flop.
say anything, I think we could have gotten away with it.
It was too. Well, I was too surprised that there was a flop, and the move made no sense from Andrew. I thought it was just beautiful. This is poker's being played at its highest form here, but I just didn't realize there was a flop out there.
I mean, Andrew did get kings to fold in that spot, and then he still did. So everything that you called still happened. He
Right.
got a better
True.
hand to fold, and he got a worse hand to call.
Yeah, true.
So I
Okay. Well, the commentary stands. Okay, we've got 24 cards taking 3 cards.
it's actually possible Andrew had the most equity there.
Wheel for. Wait, someone just folded a wheel. Someone had a wheel there. Well, the wheel was pretty dead up against the 7-6-5 with the flush draw. Huge flop for Jeff. Some with the nut flush draw. Hits the nut flush. Oh, man. Nut flush for Sim. Jeff, his straight now has turned into a low flush, so he still has the diamonds. He's going to bluff catch here, I would imagine. Pot size bet here from Swim. Now Jeff's got to make a pretty tough decision. Does he want to call here? No, into the muck. Wow, that's surprising. I thought he would maybe consider taking one off there.
So you've had this super chat for a little while, and dang it, we gotta find it again.
By the way,
Here's
guys,
the big one.
if you super chat and we missed it, I want to let you know that is Brad's responsibility. He's doing the super chat, so it's his fault, and you can't blame me.
We did not necessarily make that agreement.
Well, but
Doug.
we didn't. But we kind of did, though, when you think about it.
It was an implied agreement.
Well,
as soon as we started the stream.
Yeah, it was. Everyone just kind of knew that's what we were
Sure.
doing. Yeah.
Patrick Bennett, $49.99, huge super chat. Thanks a lot. Hey guys, I just want to say how proud I am of you guys for partnering together in this venture for something you guys love so much. Just can't imagine how far you guys are going to grow from here on out. Congratulations, all caps.
Very kind. Thank you.
Yeah, I mean, people are excited about us, you know, partnering up with the lodge here, and I'm
And
equally excited.
I am excited too, and I just realized.
Welcome to the party, pal.
Welcome to the party, pal. We have tournaments coming up. I just realized there's a schedule in front of me. That would have been good to know earlier than at the end of the stream. However, our upcoming event, end of February, we have our monthly monster. By the way, guys, this tournament that is going on right now, which will have an over, I'm going to estimate $800,000 prize pool. Is a $500K guarantee. We have that end of every single month. We're running that tournament, the monthly monster. End of February, we're going to run it once again into our Spring Mayhem series. It will be a phenomenal series. We have some mystery bounty tournaments. We've got the monthly monster. As part of that, we have a little freeze-out event. We've got mystery bounty day 2 live stream event number 4. We have a main event with a $1,200 buy-in.
And we've got a big pot brewing here.
That got kind of awkward, chat. I was trying to read our schedule, and Brad was trying to knock me off reading it so that he could press the "Hey Ladies" button.
I've been having my finger over the button for a while.
Okay, all right.
But I mean, we do have top set here in a fairly large pot.
And that main event will be $1,200 on March the 2nd. $1.5 million guarantee. It was $1.6 million in the fall. We're going to break that this time around, I imagine, easily. 8 flights in that main event. Should be a great one. So, Spring Mayhem Series. Come on down to Austin. Come down to Round Rock and join us for all these phenomenal events. You can find out more on our site online. All right, back to the ladies. Up against the Cowboys. Oh, man, this is going to be a tough spot for Eli. Swims putting together some chips, and he bets the pot. He bets over the pot.
Eli drawing dead here. 1,400 for him to call. He's got bottom 2, and he's got pocket, or not pocket kings, but kings.
Pocket kings.
I can't help it.
And a
so
he's
prone
got
to-
pocket kings and a 6-4 offsuit, Brad.
Yep.
And Swim's got pocket queens with a 6-5 offsuit. He's got him out kicked on the second hand.
Eli makes the nice laydown. Gets
Nice fold.
out of the way relatively unscathed.
With bottom 2 there, even though you know you could be getting bluffed by some kind of semi-bluff, so many hands have equity against you, and if you're behind, you're way behind. Nice discipline lay down there from Eli. Eli's made a lot of nice plays here tonight as well.
Michael Mee coming in with the $5 super chat. It's the effort that counts in the commentary, not the accuracy.
Well, we're getting an A for that then. At least a B+.
We're nailing it.
Effort. All effort here in the booth. In the bunker. PLO overbet, pro gamer move. If you like overbets, this is not the game for you.
You can see Josh the Whale up 3,700. Andrew Neeme at the bottom, stuck 7,000. Rough night for him on the stream. Couple of really tough spots. Just a couple of tough runouts, actually, just in the last 30 minutes.
Double paired hand here for Jeff. No suits, but whenever you have the double paired hands, twice the chance to flop a set.
What about? But the thing is, with 5s and deuces, you're often going to be flopping bottom set, and in PLO, you know, bottom set isn't quite.
It happens,
quite
but
the monster that it is in Hold'em.
Yeah, I fold that too. Why even play this, really? That is accurate, though. It is much more likely you get set over set. However, it's still pretty unlikely you get set over set. You're still mainly not going to. King, queen, jack, 2 spades. No one flops a straight. However, Jordan, our man in seat 9, he checks the hair in the flop. Checks through. No spades for anyone. No straights for anyone. No 2 pair for anyone. This is a brick city. Deuce in the turn. Wait, did I misread this guy's hand? No. He doesn't have. He's got the. Ooh, Sim's taking a stab. Ace. He's got the ace of spades, so he blocks it, not flush draw. No one can have that. And then he's got a gut shot. And then that's it. That's it. But it's a nice spot. He's picking his spots wisely. Jeff turned to set. Makes the call. 840. Looking to try and boat up. The problem here when you're out of position is a lot of rivers are going to suck for you, including that one. But
He just set himself.
that's actually true. Very true. Swim is thinking it over, and he bets. Fires the river with just the ace of spades. Now, this is a weird spot because you're saying on the turn you have the straight, and then on the river you're saying you have the flush.
Oh, wow.
Gets the fold, shows the bluff. Swim. Nicely done. Well played. That's actually feels, there I am. That feels like quite likely a bluff because when you bet the turn, you're mainly going to have ace-10 as your value, or maybe ace-10 or 10-9. And then when you bet the river, you're going to have a flush. But then again, you'd have to bet just the nut flush blocker. I guess it's just polar. It's low frequency and polar. It's either the nut flush blocker or a flush. It's late and it's a lot of cards. 5, 5, 10, 20, 40. It's going to be our last hand for. Oh, sorry. We just had it now? Oh, was that? We have straddles out. Okay, Josh is up 3.7, Eli 3.3, Jordan 2.6, Swim 2.1. All big winners tonight. Big losers, Andrew -7, Jason down 3.6, Jeff down 1.7. Richard and Fireman Scott both in the vicinity of even today. No K next to their name means it won't be a big one. And I do believe that's going to be a wrap for our hands tonight. I want to say thank you to everyone who tuned in, all of the support here at the Lodge, everyone that worked on the stream tonight, and of course, Brad, for the delightful commentary that you gave us here tonight.
Thanks, Doug. That was a lot of fun. You know, PLO, not a game that I played too much, but I felt like your advice was actually pretty good, and I think some people probably learned quite a bit from just hearing your thought process in these kind of situations. So that was cool, and we've got a lot going on the rest of the week. Tomorrow we're doing the 25-50. That'll be on stream, and then 100-200 Saturday. Big games.
Absolutely a big game. People are getting cards, so we're probably done here, but that's probably.
I think they're still
keeping
keeping the game going.
They're keeping the game going, but we are not. Thank you, everyone, for tuning into the stream tonight. It was a pleasure, and we will see you guys back again here tomorrow for 25-50 No Limit Hold'em at the Lodge. See you tomorrow at 8.